We're live. I'm joined today for replay of the week by none other than my good buddy from the Smash community. Everybody say hello to CORNCOBKING.
Yo. Hey, everybody. Yeah, Zets, I was super excited when you asked me to come play through the Halo Reach campaign. Like,
Today
I
for
love that
replay
game
of
so
the week
much.
by
And,
none other than my good
you know, it's been
buddy
so
from-
long since we played a game together, and I was like, yeah, dude, like, Halo Reach co-op sounds amazing.
the entire Halo Reach co-op today, right
Yeah,
now. Just real quick before we get to the replays.
What do you mean replays?
Well, we're gonna watch some competitive Halo like MLG matches back from like 2007.
Oh, yeah, competitive.
well.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, all of my viewers and supporters are very big fans of old school Halo. So they've been getting back into it, and they've been playing multiplayer. And we have some POV from them, which we'll be taking a look at some point tonight.
I love this. But you seem to have Pokemon on the screen. Can you?
Oh yeah, my bad. Let me just.
Yeah, load up the Halo.
To become... Halo 3 was the GOAT, by the way.
Halo 3 was. I put more time into Reach, though, I think.
MLG 2010 Best of Halo 3
13
highlights.
years ago? Oh, man.
Do you guys in the chat mind if we just, relive Mr. Global HD? Who are some other, like...
Pistola.
Who are all the big, like, Twitch streamers that, like Shroud? Was that, like, a Twitch streamer who was originally a Halo guy, and then he was just, like, a variety streamer?
Wasn't Shroud Counter-Strike? Am I wrong?
Oh, dude, I don't fucking know. I do not... I never paid attention to this shit.
I can't remember any of the... I know there... Like, if I would see the names, I would know, but I don't know. It's been too long. Anyway, alright. Funny intro bit. Haha. Yeah, we're here for Pokemon.
Yes.
I did do some Pokemon warm-up this weekend. I played Pokemon Go all weekend, so I think I'm pretty prepared to talk about competitive on Showdown.
That counts. That's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, actually. Like, it has all the same Pokemons, and they have attacks, so... Yep.
I only play Pokemon Go in, like, the first 2 weeks after it came out, like the rest of the world, and then, like the rest of the world, I also stopped playing it and moved on with my life. I have a few people in my life that are still playing it, but I've been led to believe that they've really developed the in-game battling system. When it first came out, it was basically like you're watching and like you're swiping, but there wasn't much going on, right? Like, are you actually battling now?
No, I don't do the PvP. The PvP is glorified rock paper scissors. Yeah, I just
one might say even Showdown is glorified rock paper scissors.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is like a slightly more involved rock paper scissors. But no, I use it as an excuse to like go walk and do cardio and that kind of stuff.
What's your fitness like nowadays? How have you been? You've been in the gym? Like, do you have any progress pics that I won't show them to the fans at home, but
no, I've been kind of
only.
lazy. I went really hard at the end of last year and like hit a new deadlift PR, and then I've been lazy. So.
Well, are you going to share the PR with the rest of the class?
It's not that great. It was 335.
Oh, at first when it was just 330, I was like,
just 330 is like, pretty cringe, but 335, holy guacamole, that's great.
I'm only just now recovering from my ACL tear of 2022.
Oh yeah.
I had surgery last year, and I've been back in the gym a little bit. I've been going 2 or 3 times a week, doing some compound exercises, back to squatting, barbell squats, and all the fun stuff. Getting back into it. Nice.
I see in chat, Corncob, who's your favorite Pokemon? I find myself to be a bit of a Jolteon enjoyer.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
As a very high class pick. I don't know. If you want me to do top 3, it's probably like Jolteon. I'm also, dude. I'm super Gen 1, Gen 2 pilled. So
right. I hopped off the train 1 generation later, Gen 3, and then a little bit of Gen 4, but then I started doing other things.
I played Gen 3 actually, but it's like Jolteon, Feraligatr.
Oh. Okay. Feraligatr Enjoyer.
Feraligatr Enjoyer.
Nice.
Oh my god, what would be third? I don't know, like Flygon maybe? Flygon's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Flygon's
garbage. Absolute trash, but...
Whoa. I don't think you have to go that far. I mean, he's good in Gens 3 and 4. In fact, I think he's even better in Gen 4 than he was in Gen 3.
I mean, but that's not... You don't have to lie to me. I know enough about the competitive scene to know that Flygon is not good.
This is why I brought you, because you have strong opinions. Whether they're founded on any evidence whatsoever is another question. But, of course, we met in the Smash community many a year ago. And we were just talking before we went live about how we don't really play Smash anymore. It's not a thing.
Yeah, it was like, what, 11? Almost 12 years ago? Right?
Holy fuck.
I was a fifth grader when Pokemon Go came out. Okay, Zygote, log off and go to bed.
That's crazy. Tetrafolium was in high school. I was only in college, so I'm not that much older than Tetra, so that's cool.
I was out of college for more than 1 year.
Was it 2016 or 17?
16.
That summer was a magical time.
Yeah.
Especially
yeah, I know it was good. I'm just kidding. It's fine to be young. It's not your fault. Your parents waited to create you. But yeah, we met in Smash.
We do.
Anyway.
And we don't play anymore. We're washed up. We're has-beens. What do you do now?
What do I do now? I work. And I try to exercise. I still play Teamfight Tactics a lot.
Oh,
That's
TFT.
A little bit of TFT action. Yeah, I'm kind of burnt out for this. Sorry, what's that?
I hate TFT. You know why I hate TFT? Why do I hate TFT?
Because they took Star Guardians out.
They took Star Guardian Sorks out, and they won't let me just go back to seasons 2 or 3.
Well, they had no. They had the no. Okay, they didn't do seasons 1 or 2 yet, but they have re-releases of seasons now.
Yeah.
Where they'll have it out for like a couple months, so
right,
it comes back into rotation. I'll let you know.
But why would you create a game and get people to love it, and then take it away, and then release a new game that's different? It's very similar, but that has new characters, and say you can only play this game now. You can't ever play the old one that you fell in love with ever again, except for like years from now when we like re-release it for like a few months.
You know,
I hate the business model.
About it, TFT sets are a lot like phases in your life. You know what I mean? And sometimes you really like those phases, and all you want to do is reroll Star Guardian Sorks in one of those phases in your life. But sometimes you just have to move on. You know, it's kind of like life.
I do mess with that. Moody in the chat. What are these acronyms? Teamfight Tactics is a game made by Riot. It's like a League of Legends auto chess thingy. Yeah. And I fell in love with it right around the time of the pandemic, like late 2019, early 2020. And that was peak TFT, seasons 2 and 3. Short-term memory loss. Yeah, that's what TFT stands for.
Yeah.
Okay. We have many replays to get through. I think we should look to get started. And the way this works...
Yeah, let's do it.
Kyle, you've joined in. You've tuned in for a few streams here.
Yeah, I've watched. You watch a turn or two, and you talk about what's going on.
Right.
I will probably be making shit up, and I'm going to say it as confidently as possible. And we'll go from there.
Perfect. And just like last week, after every single replay, what we're going to do is we're going to vote on how sick the replay was, and your feedback is going to get taken into consideration for us to figure out which replay was the very best. Shout outs to Jonold, who won last week with an insane Salamence defense curl rollout set. You know, like Miltank, like Whitney's Miltank.
Yeah,
in Gen
he
2.
basically, this is a Salamanced up Miltank, or Miltanked up Salamence.
Exactly. And it like cute. Worked. It got like 500 kills somehow, and
it's got a high attack, like. Because Gen 3, alright, so, alright, I said at the start I don't know anything. I obviously know some stuff, but yeah, that was before... Yeah, I mean, that was like a physical attack rollout, right?
Yeah,
rollout's
exactly.
Not special, so, yeah. That makes sense.
Milked up Salamence. Fuck yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, Let's not be talking about milking our menses on the YouTube. We're not going to get Zets banned tonight. That's
Thank
not
you.
until we start talking about tax evasion later.
That's for after the stream.
That's for after the stream.
First replay submitted by Green Herb White Smoke. Thank you for your submission.
And real quick,
please.
before we jump in, Zets. So I see we're in Gen 3 OU. Because I'm a dullard. OU, is this like... I know there's tiers, right? Of like banned Pokemans.
Yeah.
And what tier are we at with OU? Give me some examples of what's a common site in Gen 3 OU.
Yeah. So OU is basically the highest tier below Ubers, where Ubers, all the legendaries and other things deemed too powerful for like the standard set of gameplay are banished to Uber.
Okay.
So this is like all the best and strongest Pokemon, and everything's allowed except like the top like 3% of Pokemon, like your Lugias, your Latias, Latios, Mew.
So
like
we see a lot of like pseudo legendaries and stuff.
Definitely,
like
and there's some
legendaries.
legendaries. Zapdos is a big Pokemon in this format. Tyranitar is a pseudo legendary. All the pseudo legendaries are legal. Metagross, Dragonite, which Dragonite isn't even OU. That's like one of the crazy things you learn when you get into competitive Pokemon is like Pokemon you might have thought were really strong when you were a kid. It turns out they actually kind of suck based on the conditions of the metagame. A bunch of other boring shit. But yeah. So this is
math stuff.
This is the most popular format because it's like pretty much everything's allowed except for shit that's so powerful that it would over centralize the metagame. Is the idea behind OU or overused Pokemon?
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. Before we go, Dagon, whatever.
Dagon
man.
Douglas in the chat. Who is this dude?
Who's this
guy?
dude? You're watching Zets. He does this replay of the week thing with Pokemon. I was told we're going to be playing Halo Reach.
Dagon,
so
CORNCOBKING is a professional memer, and he's also the CEO of esports team Corn. Surely you've heard of Team Corn. Well, this is the very well-known and established CEO of that highly successful esports brand. I was at one point signed to Team Corn. We've contract renegotiations and extensions have stalled, but I'm hopeful that we can find an agreement and get another contract in the books sooner rather than later. Tetrafolium says OU is like Melee if you ban Spaceys. What if it was instead we actually banned Puff, and then everybody gets to have a lot more fun? You also ban FD, so you ban the stuff that's like obviously OP, and then all the stuff that's like reasonable. We all have a lot more fun, and it's a better metagame for it. Also wobbling. Puff, wobbling, Final Destination, Ubers, OU, Spaceys, Fox Falco, Falcon, Marth. Sheik is also banned Ubers, incidentally.
We also ban anyone that's not currently in full-time classes or has a full-time job.
That's such a good point. Even in Pokemon, it's everywhere. These high schoolers, these kids, these unemployed people, all they do is grind. And I'm out here trying to provide for my family while also getting on the ladder. And it's tough to contend against these people. But again, Green Herb White Smoke, they did not even partake in this. They submitted this. I encourage more people to do this. They said crazy one I witnessed in their submission. This was somebody else entirely. But it's a higher-ish ELO. We're at 1,526 versus 1,561. Let's just dive in.
Is 1,200 about average?
No,
ELO.
this is
1,000.
In terms of like, this is somewhat mid. This is like upper middle class gaming in the 1500s. Okay.
They have a house, but it's, they have a mortgage they haven't paid off yet.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So CORNCOBKING, in your expert opinion, what are you thinking about in this spot? You got Immense facing an Arcanine of all Pokemon. Are you staying in? Are you clicking a button? Are you switching elsewhere?
Well, I don't know all of Arcanine's moveset in this gen, but unless there's a rock slide or some kind of rock move, I don't think I'm super scared. I mean, I think he can learn like Wild Charge. I think that was in this gen.
That's a later gen.
Right?
That's later on.
Oh.
There we go. We're taking some stabs in the dark. Mence, it could run some different sets. It could have Rock Slide. That would be indicative of a physical set. Arguably as popular, if not even more popular, is Mixed Mence that has special and physical coverage, which would not be running Rock Slide. And unless it's running the very rare Hydro Pump, which Mence actually gets, it probably can't hit the Arcanine. Let's see what happens. They're going to intimidate one another. And it is Mixed Mence just simply clicking Dragon Claw and getting Toxic'd. Lead, like, defensively oriented Arcanine with Toxic. Maybe it's going to be protecting here. No. We're going to be switching over to our Blissey.
Stall out Arcanine's a thing?
No, not
right?
at all. That's probably why this was
defensive?
submitted. Arcanine is
Okay.
never seen an OU, effectively ever. So we're going to see what the hell is going on here.
In this situation, if you have Arcanine, you suck.
Oh,
all right.
Metagross blowing up
wait.
on a Vaporeon. Okay.
Interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
That's kind of wild. Maybe that tells us something about Lyra's team. Maybe it's weak to Vaporeon. You have a whole Zapdos.
He's got hidden power fighting. Is that what that is? Super
Yes.
effective against Snorlax? Okay.
Yeah, it is hidden power
Cute.
fighting. Oh, and the crit. That's great value against the Mence. Do you have Protect? This could be a good turn to click it, LC Drake. Oh, and Brick Break. No, we're just going to Fire Blast the damn Mence.
Okay.
CORNCOBKING lead Arcanine would be running, and a lot of Pokemon would love to run fighting coverage in the lead spot specifically to hit Tyranitar. That's
Yes.
what's going on
They
there.
skip the quad weakness. That makes sense.
Yeah, and T-Tar is basically the best Pokemon in the format. Some people will debate that, but the small consensus, if not the majority, then the plurality of gamers would tell you that it is T-Tar #1. And the Mixed Mence is basically gone. And Extreme Speed. There you go. That's a priority move, and priority is incredibly rare.
That's kind of a cute move set.
Yeah, I kind of fuck with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like the fighting coverage, Arcanine does have a high base attack stat, which is kind of unfortunate in Gen 3 because of this physical special split. It can't use Fire Stab because all fire moves are special, as you recall.
Yep.
Breloom has put the Snorlax to sleep, and Blissey can come in. It's got Natural Cure, so when it switches out, it's going to cleanse that status automatically. But it's pretty happy to just stay in and get some value, Seismic Toss some things down. Breloom can come in, and Snorlax burns a turn of sleep, but again, Breloom can Focus Punch another Pokemon coming in, or it can just sub up. That's actually so fortunate for Lyra that they were able to wake up and deny the sub, because if you don't, then that's a free Focus Punch, and there's basically nothing anything can do about it. Now the Zapdos is going to be the one going to sleep. And Swampert has to take a Focus Punch now. Damn, that's a lot of damage.
That was a lot.
Holy moly. That's crazy. Yeah, Drake
That
pivoting away
wasn't
from
a crit,
ice
right?
beam. That was not a crit, but that tells me that this is probably an offensive Swampert. A lot of Swampert in this gen. Swampert, believe it or not, starter Pokemon in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, right? It's arguably a top 5 Pokemon in the entire format because it's very solid against Tyranitar, the best Pokemon, right? Tyranitar is using rock moves. Ground, Swampert actually resists that. And Swampert is, for that reason, one of the premier defensive walls in the format, but you'd expect a defensively invested Swampert to take a little bit less than 1,000,000,000% from that Breloom Focus Punch. And yeah, crit Earthquake into Earthquake. Eliminating Blissey is huge. We discussed Swampert as a defensive wall. Blissey is a special wall, and getting rid of that is going to make the Zapdos a lot more threatening. Swords Dance Scizor, though. Clicking Silver Wind. That's a bug-type move. That's basically Ancient Power. There's a 10% chance that all of your stats go up a stage. And I'm kind of worried. I think that this Scizor is just going to kind of go to the moon at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
it barely hangs on. And it's got HP Rock.
Oh,
yeah. Bug Rock coverage can hit a lot of Pokemon. And surely Silver Wind at plus... Oh, and he hits the Omni Boost.
Plus 1 billion damage.
It's, well...
This is also... Silver Wind's super effective against T-Tar, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because Bug into Dark. And that's insane. What a fucking team by LC Drake. Again, an upper middle class gamer. And...
I mean... I kind of that was cute. We got a little kind of like I guess never Breloom's not bug type. I was gonna say a little bug trainer action, but we can act like it for the storyline.
This very much feels like a winning with your favorites kind of team. I mean Breloom is not even a full-fledged OU Pokemon. It's in a tier called UUBL, which basically means it's almost OU. Scizor, I think, also is borderline, BL for borderline. I don't think Arcanine is borderline. It's UU. It's the full tier below OU where it's like it's not really cut out for OU. And Vaporeon as well. So definitely a winning with your favorites moment, and that was excellently played.
That was very cute. Honestly, shades of Bugsy from Gold and Silver with the Scyther coming and destroying you. It's just using a move that doesn't suck. Not Fury Cuttering you to death. So that was cute.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the Fury Cutter, much like the Defense Curl rollout set that we saw earlier. And I'm getting corrected immediately in the chat. Breloom is actually OU. Forgive me, folks. I apologize to all the gamers in the chat. I was incredibly wrong.
I knew that too, guys. I wasn't about to correct them, though. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate you not correcting me. Let's start a poll.
I saw you click, and I thought you were just about to ban Tetrafolium for saying that. Oh, you corrected me? Bye-bye.
Tetra's sick. Tetra joined us last week, but slept through his alarm, or more accurately, set his alarm accidentally an hour later than he was supposed to because of time zone differences, and missed the first half of the stream. So, just even you might not have the knowledge that Tetrafolium has, but 90% of it is just showing up, and CORNCOBKING showed up today. We appreciate that.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, time zones are tricky, man. I work in a different time zone that I live in, and it really does mess with my brain pretty often. So sets, I think I'm a big fan of the Caesar kind of carry moment. So I'm gonna put fire.
You're gonna go with fire on this, okay? I like that.
With fire.
Whenever there's an Omni boost happening, that's gonna be a special moment.
I love watching stats go up. It's great. Stats go up. It's amazing. So did you just hit somebody really hard?
Number go up. I definitely feel a certain way. My brain releases chemicals, and it's a good chemical.
Yeah, it's like watching Dragon Ball Z. It's like watching him transform to beat the bad guy. So
that's
only cooler.
When I was back in Ohio visiting family, my sister graduated high school a couple weeks ago. And so we were back in town for her party, and I saw a friend of mine do an open mic session, and she had this really funny bit about Dragon Ball Z and how it's really a defining characteristic of straight white guy culture, not just white guy, right? But it's heterosexual male culture. We all love Dragon Ball Z. I'll admit it. I'll be the one to say yes, I do love Dragon Ball Z.
Nobody's too cool to love Dragon Ball Z. And if you say you are, you're coping.
The irony to her was that it's actually the gayest thing of all time.
Yeah.
And she could tell the joke a lot better than I can. I'm not gonna try to bastardize it, but if you think about it, and or if you ever see her stand-up special, you will understand what I understood. I'm gonna go ahead and record the outcome. What are we thinking, gamers? I'm looking at the poll here, and most people are saying noise for this one. Fantastic. We move on. The second one was submitted by Nexhawk. Nexhawk is of the strongest gamers that regularly view my channel. Addison Sugar is another gamer that I've run into on the ladder before. These are two stronger gamers. When we get into the 1600s, 1700s, CORNCOBKING, now we're looking at lower upper class. You know what I mean? These are some Nepo babies. These are people that inherited, trust funds from
They
their
haven't really
dead
had
parents.
to work. They might have a job, but they don't need that paycheck.
And they don't need to show up to work. You know what I'm saying? But
These
here
guys
they
might
are,
be doing
nonetheless.
some of that tax evasion stuff we were talking about, really.
Exactly. And we're going to talk more about tax evasion in this very stream.
Yeah.
But
And how to do it.
Let's dive in. Lead Milo, very fairly uncharacteristic, fairly uncommon, but the move that Lead Milo is most often associated with that it doesn't normally run is Hypnosis. So will we be clicking it? Oh, it's Toxic instead. Sure. I like that. Put the Suicune on a timer. Offensive Suicune
So we
in
are-
the lead slot. Go ahead.
So is Calm Mind stacking normal for Suicune?
Absolutely. Yeah. Every
Okay.
Suicune set will be running Calm Mind without fail. Lead Suicune is not overly common, but it usually is indicative of an offensive set. And now Skarmory's here to get a spike up. It could have roared out the Suicune. Didn't choose to. And now there's a third Calm Mind stack happening. I'm not sure how I feel
currently
about this.
Statusing the crap out of the Suicune, and it's not... dare I say, I only see the numbers going up on the Suicune and the health not going down. But maybe the Celebi can change.
That's the thing, is Celebi also has Calm Mind. And unless the Suicune has Ice Beam, we will see if it does. Looks like we're going to be going to max Calm Mind stacks.
Dude, this is...
Oh, I don't like...
Like
I really don't like that Giga Drain from Addison Sugar. And can I tell you why, CornCobKing? Giga Drain has 8 power points in this generation. Suicune's ability is pressure, meaning you actually have to spend 2 power points every time you click a button.
You only get 4 uses.
Exactly. And this Suicune has so much special defense, it's not taking anything. And so you can only click 3 additional Giga Drains. So to me, I don't like the way that this line was played. The Skarmory could have roared the Suicune out. It would have lost all of its stacks. Instead, we took the spike and went Celebi. We've got to go to full Calm Mind stacks immediately if we want even a shot at not dying.
Did the Skarmory even have Roar, though?
Yes. Effectively every Skarmory will have a phasing
Roar?
Yeah. That's a big part. It's here to spike.
This one might not.
Maybe it doesn't, but I will tell you it does. I'm here to I will take that.
Okay.
And yeah, just what are we doing?
Maybe
we're trying to get it into Doug Trio range. But okay, that pair is actually huge.
Yeah.
This is the final Giga Drain. You just rest here, right? Oh, the para, that could be huge.
Wait, 2 paras in a row?
Oh, Psychic? Okay, we have a move that can actually lower the opponent's special defense. Maybe that will come into play. Oh my god,
3
critting!
paras in a row?
That was
what?
That is fucked up. Oh, that is so crazy.
That was illegal.
No way. Honestly, I think Addison Sugar played in
sets. It's Norway.
It is Norway. Norway the Articuno.
I would be
crazy.
I would be rather upset if I was Pexhawk right now. I would be saying this game sucks.
Haze makes an appearance. Articuno is not very often seen in OU, CornCobKing, but when it does show up, it has Haze to kind of eliminate stat increases from the opponent.
I mean, Articuno do be one of my favorite legendaries, though, so I'm happy that you handpicked... Wait, what is this guy just playing like the legendaries team? Alright, this is becoming cringe rather rapidly.
Jirachi is of the better Pokemon in the entire format. Tyranitar is here and can usually deal with most. Jirachi comes in easily on that Psychic. And Weezing is here. Could you believe this, CornCobKing? Weezing making an appearance.
I can't. I would have never guessed to see a Weezing here. I bet you it's going to use Explosion at some point, because what else would it have in its moveset?
That's a very... apparently Thief. We've stolen Milotic's leftovers. That's huge. Getting through Milotic is very difficult. It's fairly bulky. It has Recover, so it often just keeps healing itself. But now it's going to be...
a special tank, right?
It's
as a physical tank.
It's kind of both. It's just bulky.
Okay.
It's very difficult to get through if you're a mixed attacker. Like the only way to get through this really is to like boost up your attack or your special attack, or have like Zapdos or some electric Pokemon that can hit it super effectively.
Okay.
It's known as perhaps the best mixed wall in the game. Pokemon like that mixed Salamence that we talked about earlier. Maybe they've got like Fire Blast, Dragon Claw, Brick Break, Hidden Power Grass. Well, HP Grass is not going to be doing 50% to Milo, so it can just recover stall you forever.
Right.
And what does Weezing tell us? It tells us that this is like a pseudo Superman kind of team. Superman, the whole idea of that is that you have Pokemon that are levitating above spikes. So when Weezing comes in, it doesn't take damage from the spikes because its ability is Levitate. It also can't be hit by ground moves. But interestingly, we have a Claydol to remove spikes. So this is... Pexhawk is about twice the gamer I am in ADVOU, but I have some questions.
I think Pexhawk just hates spikes.
Yeah, he wants to fly above them and or eliminate them. He has a two-pronged plan for spikes, which are very prevalent in the generation.
if only Pexhawks would have been prepared for Paralyze instead, this game would be in a way different spot.
You know what's interesting about that is a move that Articuno often runs is Heal Bell. So Heal Bell heals the status conditions of your entire team, but if he would have went to Articuno, he loses all the Calm Mind stacks. So he was probably trying to rest that whole time.
I don't want to point out something problematic, but why is the Wheezing name Germany?
That's I have no idea. Is Nexhawk here? He is often here, and he is here. Cactu, hey, I called Blissey USA too. That's true. We have Blissey.
Would you like to explain yourself in the chat?
Yeah, is there something that we should know? Like, there's nothing problematic happening right now at all, right?
Right.
Oh, Claydol is named Israel. What do they have to do with their respective countries? That is like the crux of the issue here. This is an unfavorable situation for the Jirachi. Yeah, we're gonna go to Wheezing on the Earthquake and notice, though we're poisoned, we're completely immune to ground.
We're just levitating over it. Amazing.
Milo coming and taking a Sludge Bomb. Milo's revealed its entire set. It has Refresh, so, you know, in the past we had been able to click Will-O-Wisp and burn the Milo, but Refresh is a way to cleanse your status condition, which is another reason Milo is so difficult to frickin' kill. It heals itself, it cleanses status, it doesn't die to anything. So it's of the most difficult Pokemon to break in the format.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Nexhawk in the chat. Nope, I just think Wheezing may like Schnitzel, which is pretty reasonable. It's really good. So we'll let that one slide.
Cannot argue with that. All right, so we're on turn 53. Not much progress has been made. The Suicune is gone.
We're just kind of jockeying for position after that Suicune's unfortunate demise.
We are. And Hidden Power Bug from the Tyranitar has all but destroyed the Claydol. Not good news for Pexhawk. And now we pivoted to Jirachi and on the rock slide. But again, Earthquake could be coming down. Are we going to a Wheezing? No. Protect Chip Heal is nice. If you protect, of course, you cannot be hurt. And also you get 6% back from your leftovers. But if that Articuno does not have Heal Bell, which I highly suspect it does, this Paralysis on the Jirachi could be very relevant. And this could be a fast moment, because we have many replays to get through. And I fear that we're not making progress overly quickly.
Yeah. I don't want to say that nothing's happened for around 40 turns. But that's exactly what I'm saying is going on here.
You know,
we got more spikes! Yeah, baby!
Let's go, spikes! Forcing
More
progress when these exact two Pokemon come into the fray. To Nexhawk's credit, in the submission, the caption for this replay submission was, "A stolen Suicune sweep turned into the worst game of all time, TM."
I mean, that's a pretty accurate description.
I'm curious. Let's just dive into the future. Let's see, what does turn 100 have for us? Okay, still no God. Pokemon have died. Oh, it's been revealed that the Articuno does not have Heal Bell, it has Toxic. Maybe the Blissey has, the Blissey has Aromatherapy. That's the same thing, to cleanse status. Okay. Okay. What turn should we go to next, Chad?
Let's do 200.
It didn't go 200, did it?
It did. I don't know.
It wouldn't have gone 200 turns.
Are we doing like Price is Right rules, where if you go over, like, you lose?
Yeah, if we go past and then we end up at the end of the replay, then...
Oh, and your pick was 100? Oh, I picked 101.
They need to change that shit. That shit has pissed me off since I was a kid. Corvinus says 150. I'm sending it. And... okay, things are happening. Still nobody has died. Maybe 200 was the play.
So, Zets, educate me here. Is this a match where we're just kind of in the stalemate due to the specific Pokemon each person has, and if one falls, the rest of the dominoes also fall? Or is every single one going to be like this?
This is not very indicative of Gen 3 OU in general. But,
I mean...
yeah.
This is indicative of trench warfare. Like
Trench warfare.
you might have to saw my legs off. I'm getting gangrene.
Well, the other thing that's happening is Milotic has 13 recovers left. So this is basically devolved into a PowerPoint stall fest, where they're positioning and they're trying to force the opponent to waste PowerPoints.
Yeah,
And,
we're trying to get them out of those important heal moves so we can smash their face in with any damage.
Nexhawk made a very good point. Because Milotic had its leftovers item thieved by the Weezing, it is constantly taking chip damage from the Sandstorm, which Addison Sugar actually brought themselves via the Tyranitar. Comes in, creates sand on the field for the entire game.
Yeah.
And
That's a great point. I'd forgotten about that, actually, because Weezing wouldn't have had leftovers without that, correct? Like, you put Weezing in with no item so it can steal.
Exactly.
Yeah, stolen leftovers.
Right. Okay, I'm being told to check out turn 250, and I'm inclined to accidentally click the cancel button and give it a go. All right, we're gaming.
Looks like we're getting there.
Gaming is occurring. Jesus Christ. Still nobody has fucking died. But there's no recovers. The
turn
Milo is dead.
251.
Oh my.
Oh,
okay, hold on.
Things are happening?
We're going to go
Alright.
from hyper fast to simply just normal fast. Nexhawk explained that their Blissey had Rain Dance, but he didn't want to click
It was never clicked.
because he figured in this situation, eventually the Milo has to die.
Yeah.
Oh, the Articuno is... How does Focus Punch only do 53% to Articuno? My God.
Well, flying, right? Flying
Right,
resist,
right.
it cancels out the ice, but...
It does. And now Tyranitar has been toxicked. That's additional progress, unless the Celebi has Heal Bell, which is another move that Celebi learns.
Go to turn 658. I don't,
Flanky, surely there is no turn 658, right?
Yeah, we would be hitting struggle every single turn by then. There's just no way.
Let's try turn 315. What the fuck is going on?
Is this for real?
Okay,
Nothing else has died. What? No, wait, hang on. So there's something important.
Oh,
wait!
Flygon
I was just
revealed.
about to
Let's
call this
go.
out. Yeah, I was about to call this out. Addison had not used their 6th Pokemon yet until that turn. That's crazy to not use it until what, 315?
Oh my God. All right. I'm gonna say turn 500. I'm sending it. I was told by Flanky to go to turn 658, and that's our next stop after this. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going.
I'm kind of thinking 658 is legitimate now.
Ghost
I
Balloon.
didn't realize the 6th mod hadn't come out.
There is a clause in Pokemon Showdown where, and look at this, turn 500. Just so you know, you will auto tie if the battle doesn't end in 500 turns on turn 1000. This is fucking insane.
That's hateful.
Okay. Oh, there's no more aromatherapies. The Claydol is getting kind of low. If the Claydol falls, then Addison Sugar can get permanent spikes. There's only 14 spikes remaining because Rapid Spin has been clicked nearly 20 times. This is insane. There should be an achievement for not revealing a Mon until after turn 300. Corvinus, I think there has been long replays submitted before, but I don't know that we've seen this. 658. Let's go 655 and get a little bit more context.
This is disgusting.
This is not Gen 3OU. This is something else entirely, Kyle. Don't.
This is some kind of disgusting. Is this why you invited me? You're just like, hey, everyone send me your longest battles. They're all 1,000 turns. You're like, isn't this fun? Isn't Pokemon competitive great? And I'm just like, yeah, this is super cool. Actually, memes aside, like, how long did this actually take to play out? Like, this has got to be like an hour long, right?
I think
more.
this very well could have taken more than an hour. The longest match I've played, I think we went to about 200 turns, and then we eventually offered to tie with one another because it was clear that we were not really capable of making progress against one another.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I respect like the hatred in this match because you've been at this for an hour, and at this point, I can understand just being like, "There's no way I'm letting this person win."
Yeah,
like,
no, it's personal. And is the T-Tar dead here? It's going to be dead on the very following turn. Misses Rock Slide. That's
Very
unfortunate.
Bad.
You could have eliminated the entire Articuno, but instead you've done no such thing. Starmie
I would
is
have
here.
simply hit the Rock Slide.
Starmie is out of recovers. Okay, so Starmie can never heal. And anything is going to eliminate Starmie forever. Blissey only has 3 soft boils left.
Seismic Toss.
And we're gonna go down. Oh my god, we got the para. Okay, you can save the Starmie if you want. This is crazy. Blissey has but 2 soft boils remaining, and then it will no longer be able to heal ever again. Wheezing is here, and it doesn't have Explosion, by the way. It normally carries it. We're completely out of Will-O-Wisps and Thieves and Sludge Bombs. All we can do is Pain Split, which would be disfavorable against Starmie.
What is Pain Split again? That brings your HP, like, evens it out between the two.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. It creates it such that if you have like 100 and the opponent has 50, you'll both end up with 75 health.
Yeah. Tetrafolium, you're hitting all these Smash comparisons, by the way. You're
Tetra, yeah, that's a sick reference.
You're familiar.
That's an awesome reference for why they had to implement a timer into Smash 64. There was a match that took, I think, over like 50 minutes on Hyrule.
A single game of the match. Like, it wasn't even
the set. Yeah, it was one game. Oh my god, crit Drill Peck. Well, that's progress.
Yeah.
Okay, Hidden Power Fire. Jirachi's out
Jirachi's
of
on
power
struggle.
Points.
Okay.
Very
nice.
cool.
I like it.
Okay, Blissey's going to have to use its penultimate soft-boiled very soon. Not opting for it here, though. The cool thing about Claydol is because it's ground, it doesn't take damage from Sandstorm. So it's actually healing over time. And it's the only Pokemon besides Jirachi on Pexhawk's side that is able to actually just passively heal by virtue of leftovers.
Well, no. Weezing has leftovers. Remember? Stolen leftovers.
Yes, but it takes damage from Sandstorm, so it's a wash.
Yeah.
Okay, and there goes the Articuno. More spikes.
So we're going to see a rapid spin here? No?
Crit Drill Peck might have won Addison Sugar the game. Did not get it. Only 5 Drill Pecks remain. And honestly, Addison Sugar is running out of ways to kill the Claydol.
Does this come down to, like, a struggle off? It has to, surely.
It might. And Celebi will die to Sand or just straight up die if it takes another hit from anything. This is insane. Do you drill back here? No, you go to your burned Flygon. Your Flygon has been burned by the Weezing.
No.
Flamethrower not going to get there. Burn on the Weezing could have been insane there. Obviously just a 10% chance. Not this time. Flygon is perishing before our eyes. It doesn't take Sandstorm damage, but Burn is 12% a turn, so it's net losing 6% a turn. Weezing so close to being dead, but it's going to click Pain Split here. No, it exits.
Nope.
And does it outspeed anything? I think the Weezing is effectively dead now.
Yeah, it's just tanking a hit, basically. That's all. Wait, no, because you get Sandstorm when you come in. That's right.
Yeah, but it's at 9%. It only takes 6% from the Sandstorm.
Oh,
there goes the Weezing.
Yeah. There it is.
Blissey has 1 soft-boiled left. Do you try to preserve the Starmie? No, you're going to Thunder Wave the Blissey. It will never heal ever again. That's it. And it has Rain Dance, like Pexhawk told us earlier. And only 3 more Seismic Tosses. So
I don't see what you kill the Skarmory with, honestly.
Yeah, that's a very good point. There's some final move. I imagine the last move on the Claydol is actually Explosion. But Skarmory is going to have to struggle at some point. And I wonder what would happen in a Skarmory versus Claydol endgame.
I mean, I want there to be an Explosion finisher to this.
Nexhawk is... I'm so sorry that we missed this 300 turns ago, Nexhawk, but 300 turns ago, you caught the Flygon coming in with a Rachi Fire Punch.
It was actually almost 400 turns ago.
Because... Okay, hold on. The game ended. We missed the last few turns.
I missed it. Wait, whoa. It's over? Alright, alright.
We go to Blissey.
Let's see. I assume Blissey we kill here? We kill? No? Claydol. Calm Mind.
Calm Minding. We have Giga Drain. You went for hidden power trying to catch the Jirachi coming in, maybe?
Oh, okay.
And that was just it.
And that's where it is. They just give up.
You love to see the GG here, because after all that time, I think I might have went about a little bit of self-harm, or at least like drank an entire pack of White Claws.
All that for 19 elo.
That's the thing.
Which you could lose in like 10 turns in the next battle.
Next Hawk, I would say thank you for your submission.
Next Hawk, I'm not going to slander you for this. Thank you for submitting something truly unique. And Zets, this will be the only time I'm on Replay of the Week.
Yeah.
You know what?
Should we just cancel Replay of the Week as a series? Like, do we just end it?
By definition, I did vote insane because that was insane for all the wrong reasons.
I suppose it was.
I didn't like it. That's for sure.
I certainly didn't like it. r/Butterfree, please help. By the way, this player's name, they're a very active member of the Zets Cord community. I always call them r/Butterfree because somehow, while looking at this, that's how my brain processed it. But it's actually a B reference to a not so cool website where a lot of degenerates and incels go.
Oh no. Yeah.
No, but r/Butterfree is chill. r/Butterfree is cool. And here they're up against Senti Kelp. It's 1400 versus 1600 gaming. And I need a bit of a palate cleanser.
Yeah, I hope this is like 10 rounds.
Another lead Suicune. Yet again clicking Calm Mind.
Oh yes, Calm Mind. I love to see. Oh.
Let's go to Skarm on Body Slam. No
I can't help but notice we're 2 for 2 on shinies for Butterfree right now.
He always brings shinies. That's a big thing that r/Butterfree is known for. Pivot hard going into Doug on Zapdos.
Oh,
and just simply
wait, we hit the rock slide. That's huge. That's huge.
You live the hidden power. You're teched to live that hidden power from Zapdos. You madman. I've never seen somebody... Okay, so Doug Trio in this gen, Kyle, if the opponent is grounded, which neither Flygon nor Zapdos are, they can't escape. It's a trapping ability called Arena Trap.
Oh, yeah.
So it's normally used to trap like Blissey, or other grounded folk, maybe even Snorlax if it's low enough such that it would die to Earthquake. Butterfree is just innovating right now with Doug Trio.
I like it.
Okay. Oh, Crit Psychic is actually huge. Without critting, I highly doubt that actually would have gotten through the substitute. So a little bit of fortune befalling r/Butterfree. And also dodging a Hydro Pump.
Okay.
Does Senti Kelp risk the Starmie? They do decide to stay in. Do you not have Recover? Because Earthquake wasn't doing 50%.
I think they just wanted to kill the Claydol really badly.
And just like before, Senti Kelp is pretty correctly bringing Snorlax in to deal with the Suicune, but this time r/Butterfree is like, you know what, I'm game. Let's do this. And Sceptile in the back. A shiny Sceptile at that. It's going to outspeed Suicune, and Leaf Blade is actually able to do 30% after the Calm Mind boost. Ninjask in the back. That's insane. Oh my god, Silverwind. Whoa, another Silverwind Omni boost. Second one of the stream. Okay, we didn't get the second one. Jirachi going for Calm Mind War against Ninjask. This is worrisome. Okay, still not a second one. This is...
Now, is Ninjask common in this tier?
It's somewhat common, but it's usually used as a lead. You see its ability speed boost, Kyle. It's getting speed stacks every turn.
Yeah.
And it has Baton Pass. So you can take them and then maybe get a substitute up and then Baton Pass and then give the speed to a Pokemon that is slow, but if it were able to outspeed things, maybe it can just like win. This is kind of crazy. I really don't know what to make of this from r/Butterfree. Are you able to kill Snorlax? You're only at +1 attack. And yes, you simply are. What other coverage do you have? It's not choice band. Oh, it must be choice band. That's what it is. It's choice band Ninjask.
Oh yeah, it's. We're stuck on Silverwind here.
That is crazy.
But why wouldn't you want a Silverwind when you could just Omni Boost again? Am I right?
That's the thing is, I wonder why r/Butterfree didn't simply Omni Boost a second time in any of the other 6 Silverwind wins that they clicked. But sometimes all you need is one, and that is kind of fucked up. That is something. No GGs were exchanged, and honestly, I get it. I don't know that I would have had it in me either.
That was a refreshing snack of a battle. After the force feeding of the 700 round previous replay.
It very much was. So update on the last submission from Nexhawk. The plurality have dubbed it mid. Nexhawk, thank you again for your submission. Best of luck next week in trying to dethrone Jonald. Let's start a new poll here.
I mean, I enjoyed this, but I don't know if if I'd call it insane. I don't know how to feel because it's a gross, cheesy strat. You know, cheese is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a skill check.
It is.
Just like playing Fox.
On that note, Tetrafolium saying, I don't have to collab with Tetra, but we need a melee fighters or characters to ADV Pokemon analogy video. I tend to agree. I think that there could be something there. That could be a fun little side project. Flanky, I agree. As I was explaining earlier, like, Ninjask speed passing is thought of as incredibly cheesy. This is a much more respectable, like, blue-collar, working man set.
Blue-collar Ninjask.
This is blue-collar Ninjask. Don't be...
He's just clocking in for his shift down at the Honda plant. He's going there, putting in his 10 hours, and he's coming home to his wife and kids. Maybe cracking open a beer, a cold beer before he does it all again tomorrow.
That's something that everybody can relate to. Okay. As you all continue to vote on that, we will move on. Moody, a former Replay of the Week winner, normally submits fire replays. The quality is very high. We have not seen a 4 million turn match from them yet. Versus Austin Dark Fire. Moody actually down into the 1300s at this time. I don't think that's normally where they're hanging out. So not sure what happened there, but I say we dive in, see what's going on. Lead Skarm into Heracross.
I usually said fire, and we see a Skarmory, so I don't think we're going to be seeing what you usually see.
Well, Skarm, incredibly prevalent Pokemon in the tier. There could be fire in the back. There could be some cool Pokemon. Magneton is here to eliminate Skarm.
How do we do that?
This ability, Magnet Pull, means that if the opponent's Pokemon is Steel, they can't switch out. And Magneton can kind of click Thunderbolt and eliminate your entire family.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Doug, on the other hand, is coming in. Oh my, what? Dig?
Okay.
Dig now Doug Trio.
Would that be a read here?
Yeah, because what's happening here is the Magneton clicked Endure specifically so it could live the Earthquake from the Doug Trio, go down to its Pinch Berry, which activates when you're at a quarter or less of your health. And it's a Salic Berry, which gives you a speed boost. So then Magneton is faster than the Doug Trio, and then it can actually defeat the Doug Trio rather than what normally happens, of course, where Doug traps Magneton with its Arena Trap. But by digging, now Mag has to click Endure a second time in a row. And there's a 50-50 shot that it will work now.
What? Yeah.
And it fails. That's fucking hilarious. Unbelievable. That's fucking insane.
Both a very meta move for Doug Trio and the biggest brain I think we've seen today. No offense to anyone else's replays.
No offense to actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say offense to everybody else's replays. Why are you not bringing Dig Doug Trio to your matches? Look at Moody. Take notes from Moody, folks.
Oh, we have a Gengar. Look, I'm not saying Zets, it's not looking good for fire types here. You said there would be fire?
We saw fire. We saw look, fire punch.
Wait, okay, fire punch.
That counts.
Okay, all right.
Well, Mega Horn is doing a lot of goddamn damage. Get the burn. No burn from Moody.
Oh, that's... Oh, we protect.
Protect
Yep,
on the
okay.
Mist Megahorn. A little bit unfortunate. You get a little bit of health. And we are going to sack the Jirachi. Does Doug simply come in? And yes, now, of course, Heracross cannot escape. Are we
He
even
fell for
running
it again! He fell for it again!
There's nothing to fall for. You cannot escape. So there was nothing Austin
Oh,
Darkfire.
no. I meant the dig. He fell for the dig again.
Austin Darkfire, why are you continuing to fall for the dig? Is my question.
It's literally what the Pokemon does.
Oh, Blissey clicking counter, hoping that was going to be an Earthquake from the Swamperts. Kind of heads up play by Austin Darkfire, playing around counter. Or expecting Moody to go to a Gengar or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nevertheless, it's 4-4. Anything can happen. This is a Swords Dance pass set where Celebi is going to... Well, it can do a variety of things. It can stay in and just attack the damn Claydol. It's dead now. But a lot of Celebes will Swords Dance and then Baton Pass to give attack to other Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot of recipients, though. The Heracross is like one of the only Pokemon here that, besides the Swampert, that really ever run physical
Couldn't even use it. Yeah.
Oh, Gengar has trapped the Melodic with Mean Look. So now what? It's Protect Gengar? Is this Perish Trap? Are you going to click Perish Song? Yes! Okay, so the Milo dies 3 turns from now. You
So
better have
gonna
Rest
be,
or something. Maybe you have Substitute? Because the Surfs are doing a lot of damage. Oh, went for Double Protect, didn't get it.
But I think we're making it there, though. I don't think Surf is doing enough to kill this turn, and unless...
No, you you can switch out to Blissey. They can't, so they have to stay in and die to the Perish. And Austin Darkfire wisely Toxics the Blissey, which, while not overly meaningful... Oh, Brick Break Swampert. Not what I was expecting to see.
That's cute.
Again, yeah, it's hoping to receive that Swords Dance pass and make use of that coverage. So, but that's the thing.
Now,
oh, Hydro Pump miss.
I want to see another Perish Song here.
Yeah, well, you
again.
can't really live the Hydro Pump. How are you going to deal with the Swampert? Blissey can come in. Brick Break and Earthquake are kind of scary. Okay, Gengar levitates. It can come in on the
that's right.
Earthquake.
That's right. Yep.
Zapdos is here. I'm worried. I don't know how Moody is supposed to beat the combination of Zapdos and Swampert. The Gengar is, you know, it's kind of gimmicky. It doesn't really have the health necessary to stall enough turns to Perish Trap again, does it?
Unless it comes in on a Thunder Wave somehow.
Oh. Wonder what that click could have been. Oh, yeah, the counter was just right there. I guess Austin Darkfire is just like, I need them to be fully parried, because it's the only out. That's tough. Yeah, now Zapdos is never going to be able to beat the Blissey. The Blissey has shown Ice Beam, and that's that. Some
that
people
was
in the chat. Go ahead.
That was a fun one from my seat. I enjoyed that. Honestly, the dig read was great on it, and I think that influenced my whole opinion of this.
Dig was kind of crazy. Okay, the last one was voted Noise. Start a new poll for this one. Moody.
Although I guess there was only a Fire Punch. You said it was going to be Fire. I mean, I'm going to give it an Insane. Like that, I like that read.
Many people
we love a good
pointing
read.
out that Brick Break does the same amount to Blissey as Earthquake because of math. Obviously, Brick Break is doubled, but Earthquake has more base power and you get stab on it. So Brick Break must be specifically to help you KO Tar in situations where they wouldn't expect you to be able to. Maybe they're like, oh, I know I can live one Earthquake or one Hydro Pump from this Swampert, and then you surprise them with the Brick Break. But Tetra is saying Brick Break does the same into Tar as Earthquake as well, which is surprising to me, but maybe that's the way math works, because Earthquake isn't super effective against Blissey, Brick Break is. Earthquake is ×2 super effective against Tar, and Brick Break is ×4. So I guess that is the same amount of math. That's math, right, folks?
It does sound like math. But also, wouldn't Swampert get stab on Earthquake as well? Are you factoring that in?
Yes, we factored that in. We very much
That's
have. Because
factored
Brick
in,
Break
okay.
is 75 base power, times 2 when it's times 1 or times 2 super effective, right? Earthquake is 100, but becomes 150 with stab.
Oh yeah, according to math, yeah, that's the same number. I'm pretty sure.
Jesse in the chat. Can I hold on? Jesse has taken the time to like the stream.
Oh, okay.
Please
You
like
know what?
the stream, folks.
I'm gonna like the stream too. Well, that felt good, dude. Give me a little like animation.
It gives you a cool animation.
Can I also?
And it helps the
Can
stream.
I also comment and subscribe?
That would be worthwhile. I'm sure most of the people in the chat right now are already subscribed.
I'm not actually subscribed on this YouTube account.
Ooh, that's awkward.
I have just corrected that.
You're normally like an OG supporter, but how OG are you if you're like my 1200th subscriber? You know what I mean?
Well, on my actual YouTube, I followed forever ago. Back when you were still doing Smash videos, right? That was this account.
That was a different account entirely. Actually.
Oh my. Sense. What the? Well, all right, I follow this one. All right, I don't know what you want from me.
Okay, Tetrafolium versus Glock and Myrachi. We're gonna be getting to that very shortly, gamers. I'm gonna take a quick piss break because I've been enjoying my White Claws.
Myrachi.
And we'll be right back.
All right. So now that Zetz is gone, we are speedrunning getting his YouTube channel banned. First ID in the chat. We'll go with it. Any thoughts? Random person. Wait. What are we waiting on? Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I still don't really I mean, I know... I know the Pokemon competitive stuff. It's a thing. I just never... I don't know. I never got that into it. I did do a random Dynamax doubles tournament with my friends. That was fun though. Dynamax is really cringe. Can this guy hurry up, dude? He took his phone to the bathroom to type on YouTube. Can you believe that? That's unsanitary. Didn't play Nest and Smash Ultimate. The amount of swear words will get him banned. I swear you wouldn't understand. Oh, I understand plenty. Too much, actually. Zetz versus chess boxing match. Zet's really in the like. Ask Zetz why Electabuzz is better than Jolteon in this tier. Okay. I'll ask him that. Dynamax would make Gold, Silver, Crystal fun. Yeah, dude, if I could just Dynamax my Sentret in the first gym, that would transform that generation. Dynamax would make the Kanto part of Gold, Silver, Crystal really fun. At least the Pokemon would be bigger to fill up all the nothingness on that half the game. Tetra, I'm trying to figure out, like, there's got to be a meme answer to this.
Gamers.
And I'm trying to figure out. Zetz, I have a question. Why is Electabuzz better than Jolteon in this tier?
Because it is fast enough. It's not as fast, but it's fast enough, and it has better coverage. It's far superior coverage when compared to Jolteon. Jolteon wishes it had the coverage that Electabuzz have. Do you know the two big moves that Electabuzz has?
But does
take a big
Electabuzz get
stab in
pin?
the dark.
Does it get Pin Missile?
Jolteon does. Jolteon gets Pin Missile.
Does, yeah.
That's bug coverage. So. That's a physical move in this tier, which unfortunately Jolteon is a special attacker, right? It's got a lot of special attack, 110 base.
Maybe your Jolteon. Just saying.
Electabuzz gets Ice Punch and Cross Chop. It can hit every Pokemon in the game super effectively, except for some of them. And that's something that I think people should take into consideration.
For some of them.
I think more people should be thinking about that. Also, I've had the YouTube chat off this entire time. Let's go ahead and bring that back onto the stream.
Zets, I hope you washed your hands. You were typing on your phone.
I got a nice hand wash session in the books.
Did you wash your phone though?
I always wash my phone and then my hands and then my phone once more. I can go wash my phone again if you think.
Maybe like a wet wipe or something. You know,
I'm
just
taking
to round
suggestions at this time. Electabuzz wishes it had Wish. No, dude. It doesn't need that shit. Tetrafolium
also has like 14 base power.
This is Tetrafolium versus Mint Yerb, another excellent gamer. These are two of the stronger gamers that participate. And Tetra has their own YouTube channel. Many of you already are very familiar with their channel. Continue being familiar with their channel. They dropped a video on Salamence earlier today. I should have given that to you, CORNCOBKING, as homework to watch their like 1 hour PowerPoint presentation on Salamence and Generation 3.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have watched that. Anyway. You know what? Do you want to watch this match?
We really got it. This is only match 5, everybody. We gotta start making some progress.
How many matches do we have today, Jets?
About 15. And like I said earlier, oh my god, lead Hydro Pump Starmie going in and doing a lot of work. If you gotta bail at any point, I understand. Ice Beam. Oh, get the freeze, why don't you? Just freeze him. Let's just get a quick freeze for the fans.
Freeze to 10%.
And we'll just crit Hydro Pump for for good measure. Dude. What the fuck?
Tetra knows the Starmie tech, I guess.
Okay, Raikou is here.
Are we going to be seeing the fruits of that hour-long PowerPoint presentation about Salamence in this fight?
We may. I think that's Choice Band Salamence. Does it get lefties here? It does. It didn't even need...
A little bit of lefties.
It probably didn't need Choice Band. It probably didn't need it. And they're both Dragon Dancing in front of one another. Unless this has Brick Break, I don't think that this is going to kill. Oh, Glockabairachi is going to check for it. Okay, it was just going to be an Earthquake. Tetra was going to get a lot of chip on that T-Tar, but instead, opposing Mence is here, taking a Rock Slide and revenge KOing. It's not over yet. This is not a great start for Glockabairachi, but maybe there's a world where they can bring this back. They're going to let the Salamence go. And Regirock of all things is here. It's going to get Hydro Pumped. Yeah, it just straight dies. Is this Mystic Water? Yeah, it is. It is. There's no leftovers. Oh my god.
The Starmie's cooking, dude.
Well, yeah, it looked like Mint Yerb at that point needed to depend on on a Hydro Pump miss. Probably was trying to blow up with the Regirock. Only revealed 2 Pokemon and eliminated all 6 of an opponent's. There you go, CORNCOBKING. There's a 12-turn match that you were asking for like just moments ago.
12 turns and the main carrier was a Starmie? Like, I know I voted the last one to be insane, but I think this might... Can I change my vote?
Everybody gets to vote on every single one of these. So I'm going to end the former...
I know. You just have to...
Do you want me to update your prior vote?
Yeah, update my single vote, please.
Oh.
Actually, no, don't do it. Because Fire and Insane are tied. So what do you do in this situation, Zets?
What do I do? You
flip
resize things such that they're no longer messed up completely. I click the correct button. Mid, nice fire. Insane. Get after it, gamers.
I'm hitting insane. I see a nice quick Starmie game.
Dagon,
like, what's not to like?
Pointing out this is what the tier would look like if Starmie, or if Blissey did not exist. Like we discussed earlier, Kyle, Blissey is a special wall. Starmie literally cannot do anything to Blissey. But unfortunately for Glock in their Rachi, they did not. They didn't bring it, did they?
Honestly, maybe this is what the maybe what it should look like.
Okay, this is gonna be a big one, folks. Let me see. I thought I was given instructions.
You're given extra instructions?
I was given instructions on how to watch this. I was told by somebody, watch turns blank through blank, like X through Y, Z through A, B through C.
Is this like the no filler guide to this anime?
Here we go. Jonald said, I will be claiming my win for replay of the week. But then they said, I am redacting this. And they submitted a separate one. Saying...
So wait, they put in 2 submissions?
Yeah. Do I have the other one open? So this has been redacted. I'm not supposed to watch this. But... the submission has 4 fire emojis. And Jonald was the previous winner from last week.
I mean...
Where's their other submission? Did I grab it? Here it is. This is the one I was told to watch.
Uzi is Jonald.
Yes, Uzi Gibb is Jonald. Only a 1340 gamer. A lot of the better players somehow falling into the lower middle class elo.
Now, is that because they're willing to try things? They're you know, trying new stuff. Like, it's hard to stay a million elo if you're trying new things and learning along the way. Or is everyone just trash?
That's a good question. I think right now, Jonald has been on a bit of a campaign trying to go about terrorism on the ADVOU ladder. I've heard rumblings of what we're about to watch, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be highly immoral and suspect. Let's dive in.
Oh.
Lead Glalie. Scarm not wanting to stay in. Okay, yes, because Glalie can run taunt. Surely Glalie doesn't want to stay in front of a T-Tar and take a rock slide. No, maybe it does. You've gotten an entire spike. We've lost our Glalie. And Snorlax is here.
We're taunted and he's been spiked. Like, maybe this is exactly what we want.
That's a really good point. Oh my god, what a play from Jonald, by the way.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Tetra pointing out, this is Jonald's Zane using Roy arc. So this is basically Jonald. He's too good. He's topped the ladder with good Pokemon. He's topped the ladder with bad Pokemon. And now he's just trying to see what he can get to work.
Now he's just shitposting.
This is a shitpost in the form of a ladder match. And he caught Magneton, or he caught Skarmory with the Magneton. He's going to be able to eliminate it here.
Yes.
And denying spikes entirely.
Yep, doesn't matter. Yep.
Sleepy Lazy, probably in a fairly unfortunate position for that reason. They're never going to be able to get spikes. Fire Blast Blissey, pretty uncommon, actually. But let one rip.
Dag into the chat. Yeah, you lose elo if you insist on experimenting. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, if you don't just one trick your strongest thing all the time, you're gonna, you know, waver a little bit.
And it's Magneton coming in and happily taking a Will-O-Wisp. In this generation, and I think in every Pokemon generation, when you're burned, your physical attack is halved, but Magneton, of course, uses special. So you'd rather take a Will-O-Wisp on the Magneton. Snorlax is here. I was told to watch turns 1 through 16, so we've got a few more turns, and hold on a second. Yes, this is the one I heard of, block. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Have you heard of block?
No, inform me on block. What is block?
It's basically mean look. Now the opponent cannot leave. So Snorlax is here. It's trapped a Tyranitar. Snorlax, not often known as a trapper. It basically never runs block. But I think Jonald is about to show us something kind of devious and perhaps unethical. And yeah, now we're charming the Tyranitar such that its attack is incredibly low. So that it won't be able to do much damage. We're going to take it down to -6, which will be the minimum attack possible. Yeah, Stab Rock Slide from T-Tar doing 8% now. And Jonald doesn't want to risk a crit. If you crit, then it ignores your attack decrease. So that would be a way for Sleepy Lazy to get out of this. If you can crit, then it will be as if you were not charmed. And you'll get double damage, and the Snorlax will die. But I don't know that that's what's happening. Will you wake up and charm again, or are you just gonna go for another rest? We get the final charm.
All right, we do charm.
All right, we're at minimum attack for T-Tar. It's a quarter as strong physically as it normally is. There's a flinch, but the unfortunate part is you only did 7%. You're gonna need an unreasonable amount of additional flinches. The second one...
Another flinch.
That's something. But if Snorlax can get one more rest, I fear that it is effectively over. And that is it. Okay. So now what? Are we going to PP stall the Tyranitar?
I was going to say, Snorlax, we've seen all 4 moves, right? It's rest,
there's a
charm,
fourth
block. Oh, there's a fourth move. Okay.
What I think Jonald is gonna do, and we're supposed to skip ahead to turn 49 shortly, because I think we're gonna be PP stalling the Tyranitar, such that eventually it's gonna be struggling. Amnesia.
Amnesia.
Why are we
amnesiaing?
We're increasing our special defense, but Snorlax can't pass it anywhere, and Tyranitar, unless this is a mixed Tyranitar, it looks like a physical one. I guess Jonald is just wasting turns.
Now,
so we'll go ahead and we'll skip ahead to turn.
Or is he setting this
49.
up so that the Snorlax is effectively unkillable?
He could, but notice that the Snorlax doesn't have any attacking moves, so he can't make any progress against the opponent. What he's gonna do is I think he's gonna switch to a separate Pokemon like Dugtrio, for example, that can also trap the T-Tar, and then additional shenanigans are gonna ensue. We're gonna take the advice. We jump ahead to turn 48.
Okay. So we're still here.
Yeah, there's still more focus punches are happening. We've rested once more.
Another rest, yes, of course.
We're supposed to watch from turns 49 to 64 now. I'm gonna put it on hyper fast until something actually happens.
This is Struggle-lax. Okay, yeah.
Oh!
Wait,
okay, it got the crit. It finally got the
All
crit,
right.
folks. So now, Jonald decides that, like I said, bring in a Dugtrio, and we're gonna substitute. You lose a quarter of your health. Fucking super effective Earthquake. And now we're sand attacking the Tyranitar. So not only...
God.
What the fuck?
This is terrorism, you're right.
This is kind of insane. We're gonna be getting the Tyranitar down to the minimum attack and minimum accuracy. And I mentioned this in the most recent YouTube video I dropped on my channel. I'm sure many of you saw it. Notice we're simply missing Earthquakes. Leftovers Dugtrio is insane. Normally Dugtrio runs Choice Band. There is talk in the ADV community of banning Sand Attack for a variety of reasons, largely because of Sand Attack Ninjask. We saw Ninjask earlier, Kyle, right? The Pokemon that gets speed boosts. It can Sand Attack you, and then if you click Roar to try to phase the opponent and make them switch out, and they'll lose all their speed boosts. That's like the best way to defeat Ninjas, right? But if you Sand Attack a Pokemon who's trying to Roar, they can miss Roar. And if you miss Roar and a Pokemon gets speed that you didn't want to get speed, that can just win the entire game. So there is talk of banning degenerate strategies like this. And we're continuing to PP stall the Tyranitar. Now I'm told to jump ahead to turn 96, which I believe is going to be the point where the T-Tar will finally be out of power points.
We're hitting struggle now, right?
We've seen Charm as the third attack on Doug to continue to PP stall, and the final Focus Punch comes down. And now the T-Tar is still trapped. It can never hit a single thing. It's measly, and Diglett is here. What the fuck?
Okay. All right. I love it.
All four of the 5 Pokemon revealed are trappers, by the way. Mag traps metal type Pokemon, steel types.
Yeah.
Snorlax somehow running block. And we've got the whole Doug family here. Diglett and Dugtrio. So now what, Jonald? What was this all for?
This is...
Oh, we've stolen leftovers.
This is honestly...
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay, so now the T-Tar is gonna incredibly slowly kill itself. We've also removed
with
sand.
struggle. Yeah.
But it only secret power? What does that do?
Wait, did we Sunny Day? Is that what happened here?
Yeah, we Sunny Dayed to eliminate the sand.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So
now I have to ask, I mean, everything on ladder is...
Okay, secret power I think does different effects based on the weather, so apparently in the sun it can paralyze. So this T-Tar is incredibly... It's not having a good time. This is the worst Tyranitar of all time.
Now, all Pokemon on ladder are the same level. Like, it defaults you to, like, level 50 or something, right? Or 100. Like,
yeah, they're
like this
all
isn't
100.
like a level... Okay, oh, a level 100. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so we're continuing to slowly bring this Tyranitar down. We're supposed to watch up to turn 105.
This is diabolical, actually.
We have secret powered once more. Jonald, what are you cooking? What is the end game? What's the point of all of this? Apparently now we jump to turn 120.
Honestly, not everything needs to have a point. I think that is the point.
This is about sending a message, I think.
I mean,
Okay.
we are on pace to go longer than the other one.
This is turn 120. This is apparently where something's going to happen. I imagine... Okay, so we've seen the full set here. You have to have something in the back that also can trap this Tyranitar. Because if you go to something else, like none of these can win the game. Nothing here can win.
Right.
So what is going to actually win the video game? All right, we're continuing to hurt the T-Tar. Killing it would undo all of your hard work. It's Linoon. Okay. But Sleepy Lazy is staying in? Why would you do that?
We're belly drum Linooning.
It's okay. Belly drum Linoon. It goes to full attack.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you switch somewhere else, I mean, maybe you would need something that can live a full attack Linoon hit, which is a thing. Like Linoon goes to full, it doesn't have a lot of attack. So belly drum Linoon sometimes needs help from like a spike or something like that. But like leaving T-Tar in. Wait.
Does nothing.
Wait. Can somebody explain? Does block persist if you switch? Can the T-Tar still not switch out?
I mean, it must, right?
Somebody is saying T-Tar needs to be on a very specific amount of health. Okay. All right. Let's see it play out. We're continuing to spam. Oh, maybe it's flail. I think
flail does more damage the lower health HP you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue like spamming moves that don't kill the T-Tar, hoping that it will struggle the Linoon down specifically into flail range. We have Salic now.
Struggle cannot crit. Right.
It can. Struggle can crit. I think a struggle crit would actually get Sleepy Lazy out of the situation. Block doesn't persist. So Tetrafolium and others have pointed out that Sleepy Lazy could have switched out long ago and just simply choosing not to. Maybe it's correct. I don't know.
Do you think John has just hypnotized Sleepy Lazy into believing he's stuck in this situation? I mean, after having 4 blockers in a row.
And on turn 137... Maybe Sleepy Lazy has simply lost their mind.
Yeah, maybe he's just seeing red, and he's like, I'm going to kill this Leon.
Okay, so specifically, we have gotten down to 2%. We're faster than everything.
We Shadow Ball.
We're at full attack. Blissey
Let's see
cannot survive. Yeah, Flail.
Flail.
This is all to set up Flail, Shadow Ball, Extreme Speed Linoon? Or Return Linoon? This is going to be Return. Or no, Flail. What's your coverage? You have Hidden Power? Do you have Hidden Power Ground for, like, Jirachi? Flail actually just kills everything. Jonold really thought of everything. This is something we may never see ever again in Gen 3 OU. Jonold, what the fuck have you done?
He looks for someone stupid enough to set up the strategy for hours on end. You know what? This is a study in learned helplessness. That was fun. Ignoring that the other player simply had to click any button other than struggle for like 20 turns. That was great. I love it.
This is insane.
We're watching a Rube Goldberg machine of like mental destruction of Sleepy Lazy.
I'm gonna start the new poll, and I have an exciting announcement for everybody here. If you're here, stay tuned. A member of the community has something very special to share with us all at this time.
Go on. You can't leave us waiting like this.
Well, the thing is, I'm also waiting. There's somebody in my DMs about to share something very special. Okay. I was told that community member Wait, I'm sorry, Flanky, you're telling me to skip to turn 83. Turn 83 of what? Flanky, are you thinking that we watched a separate replay than the one we did? Maybe you're talking about the other Jonald replay that we... Yeah,
the redacted replay?
Yeah, this was a redacted replay.
All right, yeah, let's see what this is all about.
This was redacted, but bonus content. I need to...
Okay, this is the same setup, is it not?
It looks like a very similar one.
I mean, I saw a Snorlax, and I saw a Doug Trio, and I see Charm and a Substitute, and a Tyranitar that's having a really bad time. What? Hold on.
Okay, so Trapinch is here to substitute.
I mean, it fills the same role as Diglett. Yes.
Oh, we mimicked. Oh, that's fucking insane. Now Trapinch is Dragon Dancing. And the Tyranitar is slowly trying to increase its own attack, though it is paralyzed and at minimum accuracy. And there's the full para. And Trapinch is behind a sub. It's going to go to full Dragon Dance stacks and win the entire game. This is insane. And there's just a forfeit from SJB58 Lamau.
Hit him with the Lamau. Okay.
Let me fix something real quick. I want to show you all.
I feel like that was going to be very funny. Like, if the Trapinch... Wait, alright, so I had Mimic, Charm, Substitute. What was our sweeper move with Trapinch here?
Well, we don't know. Surely it has a move.
I'm asking Jonald.
Jonald, let us know. Hit us with the knowledge. What is good?
Yeah, Trapinch sweep is pretty lit, in my opinion.
It's not often seen. It has Arena Trap, but it's literally the unevolved version of Flygon. So it's not often a thing.
You'll find out in a later replay. That's why this one was redacted. Wait, so you have another replay of a similar setup for us today? Oh, man.
Community member Flanky, who, spoiler alert, is working with me on a thumbnail for an upcoming video, was inspired by Jonald. Kyle, you might have to look at the stream here. I don't have it on the monitor I'm sharing with you. Flanky created artwork depicting this exact scenario, inspired by none other than Jonald themselves. What do you think of that, folks?
I have double delay, so I'm waiting.
Jonald got some insane votes. I'm gonna record this as insane. We are now we are going to do a poll on the artwork. Thank you, Flanky.
I love the sad look in Tyranitar's eye. He's so sad.
As would I be. Flanky, this is insane.
Torture sessions.
If I could vote, I would be voting insane. And I want everybody in the chat to know if you do not vote insane, I am going to come to your house and I'm going to fight you. The one person who voted fire, I am now downloading your information off of the dark web. That was a public service announcement. Flanky again, good stuff.
That's great.
Love Flanky's artwork. He's been sending me a lot of the stuff he's been cooking up. And love to see that kind of thing.
Flanky, what are we using to create your art? Like, what program? I'll wait for the response in chat. We can continue, Zeds.
We should continue. And this,
I recognize there is a delay.
Believe it or not, random person, Zets, what if I don't vote insane? I just explained what would happen. Maybe it's the delay talking, but random person, excuse me, do not test me. That being said, Flanky has also submitted a replay. And in the spirit of Flanky, we're going to watch from the opponent's point of view. Kyle, oftentimes Flanky will submit replays or screenshots of various moments of ADV games that he plays in. And oftentimes, you can see here, I can switch the viewpoint. Most people, when they're showing things, they show from their own viewpoint. Flanky shows from the opponents, and look at the aura. Like, it's kind of, isn't it a little crazy? I think it's kind of insane.
Just a little bit. Adobe Animate. Oh, nice. Oh, so you just actually draw it. Oh, that's cool.
All right, Flanky, what do you have for us? You cooked up some artwork. Lead Medi, just simply clicking Focus Punch, going to chunk a Skarmory. This is the strongest Pokemon in the format. And that's Choice Band Focus Punch.
Is that a meme?
No, Medicham has pure power.
Medicham's sick.
It's an ability that doubles its attack stat. So if you fully invest in its attack based on the way math works, its attack is literally stronger than like Groudon. It's stronger than Slacking. It's stronger than Salamence. All the other ones. Max attack, Choice Band Focus Punch Medi, doing nearly 100% to the strongest physical wall in the format. Shellbro is making an appearance as well. Okay, we've taken the Toxic, but we've eliminated the Skarm. We've
just gonna tap it in with a little Surf right there.
Exactly. A little birdie putt. Okay, Celebi Calm Minding. This could be Calm Mind Pass. Celebi can, of course, with Calm Mind, much like Swords Dance Pass, Baton Pass the Calm Mind stacks elsewhere. But Flanky has a Calm Mind Jirachi, so we could be in a Calm Mind War of sorts.
The calmest of minds will prevail.
Oh, going for Thunder. Crazy. You best hope you hit this one. You've wished up. That's good. Thunder has a 60% chance to paralyze because of Jirachi's Serene Grace ability. And Earthquake only doing 53% to this Jirachi. That's not very much percent, folks. That's far fewer percent than I would have anticipated. Swampert can come in on a Thunder easily. And Lunatone. Oh, it's dead. It's dead to Hydro Pump. No. Flanky thought it was going to be an Earthquake. What a click from Skillful Being. Exhibiting some skill here, and Brick Break Choice Band is going to two-hit the Swampert. Sadly, the Medi is going to die to Sand. And Spoon Wizard making an appearance. By the way, this is Mono Psychic. Every Pokemon on the team is Psychic type. I'm only just now noticing this.
Yeah. I can dig it. We like a theme team.
It's a constant theme of Flanky submissions is that there are often replays of mono-type
one
teams.
type shared. Yeah.
Hidden Power Grass at +2 just annihilates Tyranitar. Wow.
Okay.
Can Fire Punch do the same to Celebi? Nearly does. And we're easily
now, is this the
living
gen
HP
where Fire Punch was still... It's special, right?
Oh my god, it is special, yeah. And Pataya Berry, the Pinch Berry to give you even more special attack. I think the Alakazam is just going to clean.
Yeah, I think we're getting another Fire Punch here. Right?
It's just a forfeit.
Okay, no, just a forfeit.
It's just a forfeit. Flanky, you've gone off in more ways than one in this stream.
That was cute.
Incredibly cute. Yeah, I did not know that Hidden Power Grass at +2 could just one-shot an entire Tyranitar. That is kind of insane, honestly. Koa Bear, my thoughts exactly.
I'm gonna give that a fire for Fire Punch.
Flanky explained the unrevealed Pokemon was Agility Metagross with a Lychee Berry for additional attack upon going down to 25% or lower. Wow.
Okay. I can dig it.
Flanky is an artist in more ways than one, folks. All right, and we continue, and we move on. Three Blades, also known as Milky. A commentator and very strong player that often plays in tournaments, featured on Revival tournaments, up against 1853. Who submitted this?
That's a pretty high number. The highest we've seen, I believe.
This is probably the highest gamer on the ladder at the time that this was played.
Do you think that we'll be seeing someone forgetting to swap out their Tyranitar in this game?
I would be pretty surprised. I would be pretty surprised to see either of these gamers make huge mistakes. Let me find who submitted this. Three Blades. Null. Is Null this player? I think they are. I think they're a strong gamer. Let's see what happened. Oh, this is Null. Null is the gamer with lead. Vaporeon substituting, and they're both subbing in front of one another's faces. Vaporeon can baton pass the sub elsewhere. Oh, and it was Roar Click. It was Roar Click from Vaporeon. So kind of a wash there. Gengar comes in for 3 blades. And Snorlax coming in to take a Will-O-Wisp. Interesting response. Probably has rest. Okay, we're focus punching. Again, since we're burned, we're not really doing much damage whatsoever. Random person explaining that Null has been spamming Vaporeon DD pass Smeargle. And here is the Smeargle. It's going to click Spore. No, it's just we're immediately going over to Water Absorb Vaporeon.
Okay.
What a maneuver. And this is cool. So Skarm is here. Again, we talked about this earlier in the stream, Kyle. Skarm can phase and click Roar. But Vaporeon also has Roar, and it has a faster Roar. So if 2 players click Roar, the faster Pokemon wins. And we see that's exactly what's happening. Swampert is back and probably not capable of really touching the Vaporeon. Maybe it has Earthquake. Wait, why are we surfing the Vaporeon?
I'm guessing they must not have Earthquake. Surely, right? Or did they assume that it would hit the substitute instead?
Oh, you know what? That's covering a baton pass. Milky is covering were you to baton pass to a non-water absorb Pokemon, the surf is meant to break the substitute as they go to that Pokemon.
Yep.
And now we're protecting on the Roar. But I fear that Null is in too strong of a position. They're getting occasional Hydro Pumps on things. You could Roar here if you want. No, Hydro Pump just straight up kills the Zapdos. Zapdos clicked Roar. Because it's very unlikely that the Vaporeon is faster than the Zapdos. I think the Zapdos clicked Roar, folks, and it's out of here. That's one fewer way to try to deal with this. I'm honestly, I'm kind of astounded at the value that this Vaporeon is getting. Okay, Explosion is nice. Explosion denies substitute.
Doesn't kill, though.
But now the Vape has to leave. And yeah, with Burn Chip, Earthquake will eliminate this Snorlax. Null's going to let it go. And Marowak is here. It can take an Earthquake.
This is a pretty creative team so far.
It very much is. So yeah, we go back to old Reliable. Amazing Toxic. Wonderful Toxic click there on what was predicted to be exactly the Vaporeon coming in on a Surf, facing that Marowak. We get the Smeargle back in the mix. We haven't seen it click anything but Baton Pass. I imagine this is the Spore turn. No, we're Dragon Dancing. Can you live a Surf? Yeah, easily. So now you're faster than most Pokemon. I don't know that you can outspeed an Aerodactyl, but you've spored the Swampert.
Okay, so we're gonna Dragon Dance again, surely.
Yes. Yeah. And Milky's
maybe twice.
I was wondering if you just go to Arrow and then start attacking things. But Milky burns a second turn of sleep, maybe thinking the only way you cannot lose is by waking up on the very first possible turn. This could be already too far gone. And we're getting Marowak attack and speed. It outspeeds Aerodactyl, and I fear that the game is over. Earthquake just killed us.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That was sick.
Okay.
+1 speed, Smeargle outspeeds everyone, John says.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot from the chat. I guess Arrow was not going to be able to come in and actually revenge. And this is a very compelling team.
I want to know what the other 2 slots on this team were.
1862 is crazy. Like at any point on the ADVOU ladder, there might be 5 or fewer people that are above 1800, and there usually is nobody at 1900. In fact, like for fun, let's just take a look.
Mm-hmm. Like that's just how it just works. Like there's no way to stay consistent enough to like climb higher than that typically. Just from all the different teams you can run into, kind of thing. It's
possible. It's unusual, or it's uncommon for somebody to be gaming that hard.
I gotcha.
Most of the time when I look at this ladder, this is not the ladder I wanted to see. For example, let's just check it out. The number one gamer is
1880.
Pokemaniac 15 with an ELO of 1882, and there are 6 gamers, including Null, above the 1800 threshold.
Okay.
Kind of insane. By the way, while we're here, Sled Tony, 1602 gamer. That's my alt account. Where am I? Am I still am I a top 200 gamer right now? Yes, I'm 180th on the ladder, folks. Be on the lookout.
Wow.
Watch out for Sled Tony.
I didn't know. Can you get a sponsorship with that? You could like quit your job and go full time.
A sponsorship. we need ADVOU sponsorships. I heard Cloud9 has an opening. Maybe Cloud9 will.
I almost made a joke about that earlier.
That's fucking crazy. Tetrafolium, don't check Tetrafolium. I won't.
I feel like I'm either easily impressed or no. I think that's just it. I think I gotta rate this pretty high again. I think I just like seeing the different Pokemans on the screen. You know what I mean? Like if everyone plays T-Tar, that's boring. Like
it's
give me
funny.
some
T-Tar is
zest.
the most common Pokemon in the entire format.
I know. Like I mean, I like me a T-Tar. T-Tar is a good Pokemans, but sometimes it's nice to watch the low tiers beat Fox. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I know very well what you mean. Apparently Tetra submitted this and then redacted it. There's been many redactions.
We redacted this one too?
So Spreak took it upon themselves. Everybody in my Discord server gets 1 submission per week. Spreak took it upon themselves to submit this upon it being redacted. Let's see why. Let's try to uncover what is actually going on. Double lead Starmie. Fuck yeah. Many people in my Discord were talking about lead Starmie. Oh no.
Okay.
Block Snorlax. Bryce Young not getting the Pokemon they wanted with that block. And lead Thunderwave Starmie. It's defensive Starmie with Thunderwave and Recover. Okay, it's been eliminated. Tetra decides to explode on it. T-Tar is here. Is this the Pokemon you're meant to block? Bryce Young? Yes. And is this what I think it is? Am I already going on fast mode?
Is this a similar setup?
Yeah, you're being charmed.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We'll skip a turn here. Additional charms are happening. We're resting. Eventually, we wake up and charm once more.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there we are. Yep.
And the Doug is here, sand attacking.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderfully done, everybody. We're secret powering. There we go.
John says you can skip to turn 72.
Thank you, Jonold. We appreciate that. Or John the 5th. Trapinch is here.
Oh, yeah. Wait, now, is this our Trapinch game?
Yeah, Tetra played into...
Mimic?
Yeah, you played into Mimic. That's the classic blunder. The classic blunder, Tetra.
Trapinch just straight up going Super Saiyan on that side of the screen.
What berry was that?
Oh,
Lepa Berry to restore Dragon Dance power points?
Wait, hold up. What? Oh, we killed it with Rock Slide. We killed it. Wait, no. What did we hit the air? Oh, Rock Slide. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
it's Rock Slide, Earthquake, Sub Mimic.
Mimic and Drag.
Mimic necessitates that the T-Tar is DDing. I don't know why people don't just switch out. Well, you can't switch out against the Trapinch, I guess.
Yeah, because it actually has Arena Trap.
That, wow. I'm sorry to everybody who's been finding this on the ladder. Perhaps something needs to be done. Jonold has been contaminating the ladder for far too long.
I mean, isn't it mostly just don't play DDT Terra? I mean, in theory, it could work against something else, right? But probably not. I don't know.
Any Tyranitar is gonna get like blocked and trapped and charmed, and it's. I mean, T-Tar doesn't learn anything like Explosion or anything that can like destroy itself. Yeah. When you have DD, you enable the Mimic specifically, so the opponent relies on it being DD Tyranitar. That's true. Maybe this is the metagame correcting itself and trying to push back against specifically Dragon Dance Tyranitar.
Who would win, one pseudo legendary or one little Trapinch?
Or one just like cool little guy.
One cool little guy. Eric Moon, that was lame. Well, Eric, you are wrong. That was sick.
Okay. Let's end the poll.
Don't ask a block lax gamer what they do if the trap is if the thing they trap isn't DD.
At least we all watch this, and none of us will ever lose to this again. I sure hope
You know,
so.
I will literally never lose to this ever again.
You guys need to be more like CORNCOBKING.
Yeah.
It is so hot in my fucking room right now.
Have you considered? You know, I'm giving this an insane because we just watched a trap inch W. I have to give some really bad votes to even out my rubric. So sorry, whoever submitted this one. You're probably getting a mid from me.
Revenant in the flesh. They've submitted many a replay before. I've enjoyed, I'm pretty sure, every single one. Give us something that does not involve a 1,000 turn game.
Hold up.
Here's our boy. Here he is.
All right, maybe I'm not giving this one a mid.
Okay. Jolteon is back. And the
Protect
problem
Phil,
for
thanks.
Sun Past Dawn, the problem is that... Oh, here's the Sand Attack
All right,
Gaming.
hold up.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Now you miss Roar, and if you miss the next Roar, you're in deep shit. Okay, you didn't miss it, but this is scary. Sand Attack Ninjask specifically is on the docket to be looked at for a ban, folks. Keep that in mind. If you're an unethical gamer and your parents didn't love you as a child or something, get it out of your system now. Because eventually it's going to be too late. Additional sand attacking is occurring.
So, is it just getting banned because the setup is too good? Basically, like it's just you just hit your shit and then it's over.
It's
basically.
like incredibly anti-competitive and not fun for anybody. And we've missed our earthquake. We've missed the earthquake on the Magneton.
What about the poor users of this that have really invested a lot of time into learning it?
Don't stop it, Kyle. Don't do that. Not now. Not for this. Not for
You see
this.
what I'm doing? I'm making a parallel to wobbling.
Fuck wobbling. Wobbling
It's a joke.
deserved to be banned as well. Is
joke.
that what we're doing? No. Well,
That is what we're
I'm
doing.
not over it yet. Okay, I had to deal with wobbling in Ohio against many
Oh,
very
I know.
strong Ice Climbers players for much of my competitive career, and you know it still keeps me up at night on occasion. So don't tell me to get over it, Kyle. You get over it.
We're sand attacking again. All right, love to see it.
This is Revenant. Tell me that you find a way to win. Jolt is back, coming in on an HP grass.
I bet you he wins off like a clutch pin missile.
That's surely what's going to happen. Yeah, he's going to click the button,
I'm
pin
pretty
missile with Jolteon.
sure. Or double kick. That's a pretty good Jolteon move. I mean, Thunderbolt's alright, too, you know.
We're talking about like Gen 1 movesets right now. This is like a
Yeah,
Elite 4 Jolteon. Okay, we've hit the Marowak. It's down to 21%. We've lost our entire Jolteon, though. Do we have phasing anywhere else? Revenant, I am a concerned gamer for you. We've eliminated Marowak. There's one of the main primary win conditions gone. And Zapdos is here rather than Ninjask. We explode on it. Okay, well, the good news is Sun Past Dawn is running out of actual Pokemon that can do things. Agility Gross? Oh, you got parried, but it's Lum. It's Lum, Agility, and now you outspeed the Zapdos. Okay. You land a mash. Critical. Crucial. Agility on the Protect. Yes! We've agility'd on the Protect. Get fucking gamed on, Sun Past Dawn. You little piece of garbage. It's Suicune. Suicune is here. And attack raise is insane. You just blow up here. You just explode. You explode. The only thing remaining is a 65% Suicune. Tell me you have something in the back that wins. Can Starmie destroy the Suicune? Do you have Thunderbolt? You might need a crit. Suicune can Calm Mind. It's dead.
Yep, okay.
It's dead!
Nice.
Let's go.
That's huge.
The good guys have won yet again, folks.
Nice.
The hero prevails. Sand Attack Ninjask goes into the bin and falls to 1380 elo, right where it belongs.
In the dumpster. Absolute trash.
Revenant, thank you for your service.
F you, son, past dawn.
The fucking agility on the Ninjask Protect was beautiful. I was hoping you would do it. You pulled the trigger. Very, very well done. And it's time to vote on that one, folks.
Yeah, that was good. I enjoy seeing someone overcome the incredible cheese with pure skill.
With nothing but pure skill. Smoking
Nothing
Rocks
but pure skill.
in the chat as we speak. And this looks to be a friendly. You cannot see the elo of the gamers because this was not a random match on the ladder. Maybe this was an exhibition. Maybe these gamers had beef.
So how do we know that this is not set up then?
Oh yeah, maybe this is two people just
this
farming one another for replays and aura.
This is a task, yeah.
Dagon saying Ninjask is based. Dagon, please not this time. Z Panther, welcome. Welcome to the
Ninjask
stream.
as a Pokemon is cool, but I that does not seem cool.
Porygon 2 comes in on a flamethrower. It's going to be threatening Ice Beam. And Celebi is the switching. I guess UBD Yamoshi was happy to take an Ice Beam if it meant preserving their Salamence. And this looks like a rather slow-paced, more like fat team. And see, Knockoff, incredible move, especially later on in Generations. It gets a lot stronger. It was introduced in Gen 3, Kyle. It was very weak. It doesn't have a lot of base power.
I remember it did nothing unless you were holding an item. Even then, it did nothing.
It does very little damage, but it does eliminate the item. So now you're going to notice that the Skarmory has no leftover chip heal. It's never going to be able to heal ever again, making it a lot easier for UBD Yamoshi to game and to eliminate it over a period of time. If they can preserve their Starmie and eventually rapid spin the spikes once and for all, that might get in the way of Smoking Rocks' entire game plan. We're going Yama here. Starmie is very low. That's the one saving grace for Smoking Rocks, is if you can eliminate the spinner, you can get permanent spikes, even if Skarmory can't heal. Its main job is to get and establish those layers.
Right. So, what role does Regice play in Gen 3? I mean, it's just bulky, is it not? It's not like a sweeper or anything.
Regice is a special wall, like Blissey, but it's not
It's
as
wall.
wally, yet it has more offensive capability. It's got Stab, Ice Beam, it has Thunderbolt. It can explode. It can Thunderwave the opponent. So
Okay.
for more aggressive teams, rather than running Blissey, maybe you'll have Regice, which can come in and take special moves, but then it can also threaten the opponent much more than most Blissies would be able to.
Yeah. Okay.
And by the way, Tentacruel has made an appearance. This is not a Pokemon that ever sees play whatsoever in Gen 3 OU. It does get Rapid Spin, I think. So I wonder what else it's really meant to do. It has Ice Beam and Surf, presumably. What do you click? Oh, you've exploded. Okay. No more Metagross for either player. We know Tentacruel has Ice Beam, so Yama's going to have to come in. And that's doing absolutely nothing. That tells me that the Hariyama, of the two abilities it can have, has chosen Thick Fat to effectively resist Ice and Fire moves. Now the Tentacruel also has no leftovers. Celebi is here. Giga Drain or Leech Seed? Yeah, Leech Seed. Making permanent progress on the Tentacruel. But Liquid Ooze, oh my gosh, hold on. That's an ability that never comes into play because this Pokemon isn't used. But Liquid Ooze, I think the whole point is that if you're in a situation where the opponent is supposed to...
Pokemon.
Yeah, like Leech Seed, they're supposed to heal, but you actually heal off of them, I think. Let's watch how this went down again.
Leech Seed, So it's sapped.
Okay, so it looks like the Celebi healed, but then it took damage. I'm gonna slow the speed down a little bit one more time. Because this is actually something I've never really seen actually occur in Gen 3. So this is where the Ice Beam and the Leech Seed is going to happen. So Celebi is going to heal from 52. No, it doesn't actually gain any health. It lost 10%.
Oh, that was leftovers. That's right. Yeah,
Right. That's fucking insane. It has Recover, so that's something. We'll go back to normal speed here, folks. Back to our regularly scheduled speed. And just spamming Recover. But Tentacruel, that is an interesting answer to Celebi. It doesn't actually take super effective damage from grass moves because of poison. It has Liquid Ooze, so it's a fair switch into the Leech Seed. I've never thought of Tentacruel with Ice Beam as a way to kind of deal with Celebi.
It's pretty funny.
Wish Salamence sacrifices its entire livelihood, specifically so Hariyama can be healed up.
I see we're having some hot takes in chat too, apparently.
People are arguing over the extent to which
rule sets,
quick or Sand Attack Ninjask should be banned. A lot of opinionated gamers in the chat. We appreciate that.
That's fair.
Tentacruel finally goes down. But yeah, Doug here is going to trap and eliminate the Hariyama. The Regice is paralyzed, but everything on Smoking Rock's side is just too healthy. If the Doug Trio has Hidden Power Bug, that's quad effective on the Celebi, and I imagine that should be able to kill so long as the Celebi doesn't have absolutely full health. T-Tar is here. This could still win. Dragon Dance T-Tar could win, but Porygon 2 is often carrying Thunderbolt, or, I'm sorry, T-Wave. It has Toxic here. Icy Wind Porygon 2? Excuse me, Smoking Rocks? That's unseen technology. We've slowed the Celebi down. It's still going to outspeed a paralyzed Regice, of course, but I guess that's meant to stop Dragon Dance Tyranitar, who normally, maybe they have Lumberry, and they would be able to live a Toxic or a Thunder Wave. Icy Wind lowers their speed. This is fucking crazy work from Smoking Rocks. Finding ways, and it's not even Dragon Dance Tyranitar anyway. But we are lowering its speed nonetheless. And if you have Recover, then you should be kind of fine. Now we're just going to Toxic. Yamoshi trying to pursue the P2, but Smoking Rocks opted to stay in. And we'll just keep chipping the T-Tar down. Okay. And yeah, HP Bug, I think, will kill the T-Tar from this range, as well as, of course, the Celebi.
Yep.
Yes. And that's the game.
Nice. That was well done.
That is some of the most creative team building I've seen in months from Smoking Rocks. John Old teams notwithstanding. But the Tentacruel as an answer to Celebi, I never would have thought of that. And Icy Wind as a way to deal with Dragon Dance Tyranitar into a Doug following up and trapping afterwards. Very, very creative team building from Smoking Rocks.
I don't know all of the abilities, but I've definitely never seen Liquid Ooze proc, so that was pretty cool.
That was sick.
Also, I see people talking about a freeze clause. You lose if you freeze somebody. Is that what it is?
No. If you freeze a Pokemon, a second Pokemon is not able to be frozen. Yeah, just no two Pokemon can be frozen at once. There's also sleep clause where if you put one of your opponent's Pokemon to sleep, you cannot put in another one to sleep. Now, they can put themselves to sleep, so you can spore an opponent Pokemon, and then they can go somewhere else and click rest. But you're unable to go about forcing a second Pokemon to fall asleep.
But you can basically lose the game for yourself by accidentally freezing multiple Pokemon.
No. It'll actually, the way that it works is if you click Ice Beam, let's say a Pokemon's already frozen, a separate Pokemon is in and takes an Ice Beam, the game chat will tell you, hey, that would have frozen, but because of freeze clause, it's not going to get frozen.
Oh, okay. So it just is coded in to not allow it to happen. I gotcha.
Right. And even if you go back to, like, I'm pretty sure in, like, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, they actually implemented both sleep and freeze clause as well. So you were unable to freeze more than one Pokemon in games, even as early as Gens 1 and 2, that were officially released by Game Freak.
Okay. Gotcha.
So how about that?
That's cool.
We're nearing up on the end here, folks. We've only got a handful of replays remaining.
So I will have to probably drop after this one.
Okay.
Well, so we have another flanky video, yeah?
We do, and it looks like it was submitted by somebody else entirely. It was submitted... No, this was Flanky's submission. Well, what about the other Flanky submission that we watched? Did Flanky submit two and I didn't notice? Where is it? The Flanky versus Skillful Being. Oh yeah, Flanky, you've submitted 2 this week. So if you want to resubmit this for a future week, we encourage you to do so. But in the interest of time and fairness, we only allow 1 submission per player per week. Oh, that's a very good point as well. In Gen 1, you literally could not thaw from freeze on your own. An opponent had to hit you with a fire-type move for freeze to wear off, which was insane. Like, some of the worst game design we've ever seen. Thoughts on free agency? I think we have free will. Kyle, what do you think?
You know, I think it's important to have deep thoughts and really think about the world. But at the same time, I think if you think too much about it, you will go insane. And I think free agency is one of those topics where if wasn't just go outside and look at nature instead.
Do you think you
That's
could
really
have
more of a
answered,
non-answer?
Could you have answered any other way, or were you always like predetermined to give us that exact answer?
You know,
since the beginning of time, since the Big Bang.
If no, I could have answered another way.
But interestingly, you didn't, did you? You answered just the way that you did answer.
I chose not to. You know,
but was the choice real, or was it an illusion of choice?
We are creations of our past experiences and upbringing. So
exactly.
Really, but your past experiences don't determine your reaction. So,
do they not though? One might argue, there's the whole nature versus nurture debate, but in the end, don't they put you in a position where you are an agent with the experiences and the nature that have put you in that moment?
Predisposed to it, but it doesn't always mean.
Every decision you've made, you had this thought in the back of your head. Well, I could do something else, but I'm gonna do this.
No, see, that's the thing.
You have?
Very often, you just have to do things without thinking.
Shiny Ledian.
And then
a 1500 gamer versus Mehikta 92. 1992, a good year. That was the year you were born, wasn't it?
No, I'm older than that.
You're older than even 92. I'm a 93 gamer myself.
I'm a 91er.
Damn, we're getting up there, aren't we?
We are. We're old as dirt now.
Shiny Ledian has gotten their Skarmory into the mix. We have established 1 layer of spikes onto the field, and now it's time for our own Metagross to hit the field and try to do something. We have leftovers on the Metagross. Oftentimes Metagross runs Choice Band, Kyle, so that it can hit very hard. Not this one. It's Starmie time. Starmie can rapid spin and clear spikes from Shiny Ledian's side of the field, but will it? We're trying to T-Wave the Skarmory and cripple it for the remainder of the battle. But now what? Blissey comes in. And again, Blissey doesn't mind being T-Wave that much, does it, Kyle? It has Natural Cure when it leaves that status is going away forever.
Yeah, it's just happy to take a little extra damage. It's fine. You know, if we're paralyzed for an extra turn, who cares?
That's a fortunate full para. That could have been a Thunderbolt taking a huge chunk out of that Starmie's health. Instead, Tyranitar is positioning itself in front of Blissey, also not taking anything. And Fire Blast, what a click from Shiny Ledian, sadly missing. Would have hit either of the revealed switch outs. But sadly, Shiny Ledian gets absolutely no value whatsoever. And I like the banter in the chat. Shiny Ledian with the gall to say damn after getting 2 full paras from that Blissey in a row. Yeah. Shiny Ledian, I know, but I gamed though. You did game, but the opponent tried to game and they weren't really able to game. So I think that is a fair moment. I just wanted to get on record. Oh, attack raise from this Metagross is not good, Kyle. Meteor Mash has a 20% chance to raise your attack. And Ledian gives up the Starmie. That's a double attack raise. We need something that can destroy this Metagross. And it's going to be Milo coming in on the Fire Blast. Here it is. This is the Pokemon we talked about earlier. It cannot be killed. It's unkillable. It takes no damage.
Walling, as you say.
That's right. So the Milo, the Blissey, getting Scarm here and establishing layers, all of this suggests a fairly slow-paced team, barring the Metagross here. The Metagross might be able to break some things and allow for your stall-oriented structure here to persist. Maybe the Metagross takes out a key threat. Maybe the Metagross takes out a Spiker. And then your Claydol can come in and spin forever. Refresh Claydol, very, very popular on these structures. Ledian wisely going for Drill Peck. You need to slowly wither down the Rapid Spin Pokemon's health. If you can eliminate Claydol, then the opponent won't be able to get rid of Spikes as they pivot around the Blissey.
You're free to run your setup at will, basically.
Exactly. So this is the key thing that Ledian needs to remove. Mehekta92 would love to eliminate Ledian's Skarmory. And then if you get one last Rapid Spin, no Spikes ever for the rest of the world, for the rest of all of eternity. Blissey, Milo can come in at will. They'll take no such 25% passive Spikes chip damage. And is it time to just sack the Metagross? It appears that is what Mehekta will be doing here. And it was Pursuit clicked. An Astute click. Doug is here. Can Doug actually kill a T-Tar from 94%? No.
Pretty close, though.
It was quite close, but you've lost your entire Doug now. I suppose you've effectively dealt with the Tyranitar. Maybe Pursuit Tyranitar is that scary for your team. Unless Shiny Ledian has a Rapid Spinner themselves, T-Tar is effectively dead, because it comes in and it dies to the Spikes before it can do anything.
Yep.
But if Ledian can continue to pressure this Claydol, I think Ledian is in a strong position. You can't spin anymore. We've lost our own Rapid Spinner. And there's a spin. Surely this is a Drill Peck. You've done 24, but with leftovers, it's effectively 18%.
Mm-hmm. Spiking back up. Now, we're reading the Blissey switch there, right? Surely.
Spiking there is good. If you establish Spikes as Claydol leaves, that's a victory. That's a win. Because the whole point of Claydol is to try to eliminate Spikes. If eventually they have to switch out, or you... Because like he doesn't want to take Drill Pecks forever. Like Claydol will eventually die to enough Drill Pecks. So it's a bit of a mind game. If he had gone Blissey on a Drill Peck, Blissey takes a little bit of damage, but there's no Spikes. Maybe Blissey is then able to click Thunderbolt into the Skarmory. And Claydol here is going to take another Drill Peck to eliminate 3 Spikes. But it's, over time, continuing to lose yet more health. And Skarmory has 32 total Spikes it can click. Oh, and that freeze is actually crazy.
Oh.
That's so important. There was really no other way with the Pokemon remaining for Mehekta to really pressure this Scar. Celebi is here and taking a lot of damage. But how does Mehekta win? Skarm can roar and force Pokemon to continuously take spike damage. And Mehekta, very fortunate that the Celebi doesn't have Hidden Power or Fire, by the way. Because that might have just, after Leech Seed, that could have just killed. Thing is, Blissey should wall the Celebi. It does not want to get Leech Seeded. And somewhat fortunately for Shiny Ledian, this Celebi can't be frozen because of Freeze Claws, like we just discussed. Missing Leech Seed is very unfortunate because now you are dead to another Ice Beam. You'll be forced to click Recover here instead, meaning you would die to a crit Ice Beam. But it was actually Calm Mind Blissey all along. It was revealed earlier. I think I missed that. But yeah, leech seeding this Blissey is incredibly important. I don't think I agree with that Ice Beam click, because now you've been leech seeded and the Celebi can just recover stall you.
Yep.
Yeah, you probably needed to get a second Calm Mind stack. There's 29 recovers. You're losing health over a period of time. You only have 14 soft boileds after this. This could be a fast moment. Progress is being made rather slowly here. Oh, and they both double out. Metagross took 25% for basically nothing there. Unfortunate for Shiny Lady. And the Metagross can only come in one more time ever. Without just
I guess I don't understand
dying.
the swap out there. That's
I
just
guess
a reset.
Ledian was hoping that the Blissey stayed in. Because Metagross can one-shot a Blissey. Blissey doesn't have enough defense.
That makes sense.
But Mehekta had a heads-up double switch and was able to pivot the Blissey out just in time. Tetrafolium, sadly, you're correct. Kyle, I made a team that made a bit of a splash on the Gen 3 OU ladder a couple months ago called Zet's Hyper Offense. And the sad truth of Zet's Hyper Offense is it's not really hyper offense. It's really just offense. There's like this spectrum of Pokemon teams where there's hyper offense on one end and kind of like stall, like hyper defense on the other side. There's balance in the middle. But there's gradations along that spectrum, right? There's like offense between hyper offense and balance, and defense between balance and stall. And
so you lied when you named your team.
I did. I branded it as hyper offense so that people would think I was cool. And to my credit, it worked. People did think I was
cool. Honestly, well played by you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, we are in a bit of a situation here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing how Shiny Ladian makes it out of this unless the last Pokemon we have here is something really critical.
Oh, you could thaw your Skarmory. That would be huge. Milo,
that would be huge.
This is going to be a 4-hit KO, including that first Surf. Claydol comes in. Why are you clicking Rapid Spin? Why in the world are you clicking Rapid Spin? Mehekta, why are you throwing? You could have just been surfing the Skarm. What in the world is this?
Are we trolling now? I don't understand.
I very much don't understand what we saw either. I was about to say, I think Mehekta's win condition is stalling Leech Seeds. This Celebi has but 4 Leech Seeds remaining. Once they have no more Leech Seeds, there's nothing revealed. We don't know what Shiny Ledian has in the back, but there's basically nothing to stop this Blissey from Calm Minding to +6 and obliterating the entire universe. So you get the Blissey in, you force Celebi to continuously click Leech Seed, you switch out, the Leech Seed is cleansed. Okay, a crit, that actually helps.
That's huge.
Yeah, now Milo has to leave. Yeah, HP Grass would have killed. Oh, crit Psychic. Many things are happening. You soft-boiled here and force the 4th to last Leech Seed and swap out once more. The thing is, you're running out of things you can swap to because the Milo is damn low. Aerodactyl was in the back all along. Okay. I think +1 Ice Beam kills. Yeah, and Arrow cannot kill Blissey from that health. So Arrow has to leave immediately. Arrow comes back in on the Milo. This is huge. So now Arrow outspeeds everything, most Pokemon in the entire format. It's going to go first. Milo dies. I think Mehekta probably wants to go Claydol because it resists Rock Slide. It levitates over Earthquake. But I think Double Edge can just be clicked by Shiny Ledian at this point. Everything is so low. Yeah, Double Edge just completely eviscerates everything. I don't think it can kill Claydol from this percent. Does Claydol explode? No, it just clicks Psychic. Maybe it doesn't have Explosion. And I think everything just dies to Double Edge. Wow. Can Blissey live? No, a crit. That might have mattered. Oh my god.
I think it did, right? Like,
I think the Blissey would have lived, and at that amount of health, I think the Arrow was going to die to unboosted Ice Beam from that Blissey.
Yeah.
I deserve
that, so don't be mad.
Shiny Ledian has been known to share some words in the chat. They speak their mind freely. That was something. That was kind of crazy.
I'm glad we had the Aerodactyl reverse Uno waiting in the wings for just the right moment.
Kyle, I understand if you have to leave us. I believe this is the final replay, so stick around if you'd like. If you've got a
this one right here is the final replay. All right, if this is the final replay, I'll finish it out. We'll finish it out.
All right, I'm gonna start the second to last poll. Shiny Ledian. More of a slow burn there, but definitely some high highs as well. And here, the final submission of the entire week. And there's some context here. Corvinus, with this submission, we'll go ahead and get their viewpoint going. This is a Gen 3 Ubers match, Kyle. We're going to switch it up. There's going to be Lugia, Kyogre,
yes.
Groudon, Mewtwo, Deoxys, maybe. Zets, please read this for context. World Cup of Mushy League, U.S. Midwest versus U.S. Metro. After 1.5 hours of battling, U.S. Metro is up 1 win on the Midwest with 1 battle remaining. I must win this game to bring it home for Metro. Otherwise, we tie. There's a lot on the line here.
All right, there's a lot on the line here.
Lead Mewtwo into Groudon. What does it even mean?
We do see Mewtwo, the strongest Pokemon, as confirmed by the first movie.
True. The greatest Pokemon of all time. Fortress hanging out in Ubers. It's here to set spikes as always. But it won't be doing so. Snorlax in front of a Blissey. That's not what Rainer wants to see. Ho-Oh is coming in to deal with Snorlax. Will you get parried? You will. That's a full para. Unfortunate for the Ho-Oh. And Corvinus takes some time off of their timer, off of their clock, decides to curse up. Body Slam doesn't kill Ho-Oh at that range. You take a Sacred Fire, no burn. I think that has a 50% chance to burn. Burn would have been insanely meaningful to cripple that Snorlax's offensive capabilities, but no such thing occurred. Okay, Groudon avoiding that para was critical. And we're protecting. We're protecting just to get a little bit of additional leftovers chip heal with this Groudon. Corvinus blows up, eliminates Groudon. Do you have a Kyogre in the back? Have you already won the Uber's Weather War?
That was I think an explosion makes a lot of sense. You're up 1 Mon now.
Exactly. Yeah, exploding, trading down while you're up. And look at this.
Oh, explosion Mewtwo? Okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
Neither did I. Hidden Power Bug, Aerodactyl, trading down with Latios. Okay. It's Latios. I think these are 2 of the best Pokemon in the format. So you lose your whole arrow, but maybe this put it into range of a Latios clicking Dragon Claw or something. Let's find out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was just Ice Beam.
Oh, it's Ice Beam.
Corvinus continues to trade down while ahead. Deoxys' attack is Rainer's last hope to bring this back. I think, is that Choice Band Shadow Ball? Corvinus took
that.
Go ahead.
The Deoxys attack is named Deoxys Defense.
That is pretty humorous. Corvinus took almost all the time off of their timer before deciding to stay in, take the Shadow Ball. Groudon is here. Fortress gets Thunder Wave. Surely this has fire coverage to one-shot the Fori. And it's Heracross of all things in the back. What is it meant to do? We're subbing. Do you get a full para? We sub on the Explosion. Okay, nice. Explosion trying to deny Heracross the ability to set up. Groudon comes in on Fire Punch. Crit burn Fire Punch is crazy.
That was a lot of damage for a Fire Punch on a Groudon, too.
And Superpower has to be clicked, meaning that Deoxys attack and defense both go down a single layer. A single stage, rather.
Now, we're surely seeing a Mega Horn here, right?
Fire Punch wins!
Oh, wow.
Oh. Wow. I think the Fire Punch crit was insanely necessary. And Rainer saying outplayed in the truest sense. Kind of a dick move, Rainer, not gonna lie. Corvinus added some additional context. Yes, I did reduce my chances of winning by switching in the end game. I don't play Ubers, man. Sometimes your team puts you into a situation and you don't really know what you're doing. I've heard it happen. I've heard people be thrust into tiers like low tiers, UU, RU, NU. That was valiantly played and nearly won. I'm sorry it didn't work out. But with that, Rainer forced a tie between US Midwest, and US Metro. Congratulations to them. I also
that was a real
Corvinus had
heartbreaker.
it.
Heartbreaker of the last replay of the night.
Yeah, unfortunate to end the stream that way. We'll get one last poll in so you guys can let us know what you think.
This is hard. How do I want to I don't want to vote. Yeah, Dagan saying Corvinus had that one. Your poll's in the way. I can't see now.
Yeah, without the crit and the burn, they said.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I think this was a tongue-in-cheek comment from Rainer as well.
No, I don't think so. I think you could take it personally and hate them forever.
That's what I would recommend. That's what I would do if I were in this situation.
Like, hold it deep down in your heart and let it shape you for the rest of your life.
Structure the next 6 months of your life to improve as a gamer, and try to find them in another tournament so that you can exact your revenge.
Or just find their house and... I'm not going to finish that.
The dark web is a place with information. Folks, thank you for tuning in to yet another replay of the week. CornCobKing, thank you for joining us and providing excellent commentary and analysis from your wealth of gaming experiences.
Thanks for having me. I brought nothing, and I hope you all enjoyed the nothing I brought. It was fantastic.
We did. I've got another gamer slated to be featured on Replay of the Week next week. And dare I say, I think they know even more about Pokemon than CornCobKing, so you guys won't want to miss it.
Oh, wow. That's going to be hard to top.
I think so, too. I think it's going to be kind of crazy. And we're getting noise for this one. Go ahead and record that. Kyle, thank you again.
No Appreciate problem. It. Congrats to our Replay of the Week winner, whoever won.
Yeah, it's something I usually decide on my own accord and post a separate video with them and
meditate on it. Yeah,
I'm gonna sleep on it. Kanoxai, watch out for Ariados if you're going to the dark web. I need to make a video. Apparently, there's a gamer who used Ariados in a Gen 3 OU tournament. Lead Ariados with Spiderweb, another block adjacent move that traps the opponent, and they somehow were able to finagle a victory. I gotta look into that.
That sounds awesome.
All right, Kyle, get the hell out of here.
Okay. All right, it's bedtime. I'm old. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for having me, Zets.
Good night, buddy.
Talk to you later.
It is so hot. It is so hot in here, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to extend a thank you to every single person who participated in Replay of the Week once more. Corvinus, it was in Gen 2. I love how people just know this shit. It was Lavos, right? Lavos was the gamer. Am I gonna drop the first Gen 2 video in my streams or in my channel's history? We will find out. I had a lot of fun, guys. Next week, the featured guest is going to be somebody more traditionally from the Pokemon community. I thought it'd be fun to get somebody in the mix who doesn't really know what's going on. I think it was a good time, and I'm excited to get back to more regularly scheduled programming where we can have slightly more high-level analysis and perspective, and I think that's what we're going to bring you next week. Shout out to everybody who participated. Join my Discord. Submit replays for next week. Do it. Become a part of what is happening. I think now is about as good of a time as ever to say thank you, and we will see you next time.